Hello and welcome to the JB&M Sports Fanatic channel. What's good with you? And so here we go. Saturday, we've got football here between two teams that are both ranked here. Obviously, UGA, #1 right now in the country. No surprise, defending champions here. And we've got Tennessee here, sitting on 7-3 on the year, currently ranked number 18th in the country. And this could be a huge win for them if they can find a way to get a win. You talk about a way to rectify your season and right the wrongs here. And so obviously 7-3 here, pretty good, but 3-3 in the conference here. If they can get a win like this, it can do so much for this program here. But UGA, Tennessee, a rivalry between the two of them. So we'll see who comes on top this time here. And so kickoff has not quite happened just yet here, but it will be taking place shortly. But gives me enough time to put the poll question here and see who you guys like in this one. So I'll go ahead and get the poll question up here early. And so Lewis, what's good with you? Lewis says, let's go. How are you doing, Lewis? And so we've already got Lewis here. Absolutely. And of course, I know you're rooting Bulldogs here, but did you take the over or under on this one? All right, now as for the poll question. Let's see, you say over 56 easy. And so Lewis sounds like he think we might get that by at least mid-third quarter. And so I hope that you get that. I hope you get that. It's very possible that maybe UGA may score at least 40, 45 of that, maybe 44 of that. All right, little question going up. All right, moments away from kickoff happening here. Again, Georgia leads the all-time series, 27 wins, 23 losses, and 2 ties. I wonder how they used to have ties back then. And so, all right, so we've got UGA early here in the poll. But yeah, Lewis, how have you been? I'm pretty sure you've been keeping the winning alive. Meanwhile, kickoff just happened here by UGA. Let's see if we get a return here. Excellent kickoff here. So no return for Tennessee. Who's going to get the football first offensively here? And let's see how this offense comes out here. If I'm Tennessee, I want to come out fast. I want to come out early in this one. Lewis says, got your bottle ready for some drinks? Okay, bet. Lewis says, been great. That is great. Braden in the house. Braden, what's good with you, man? How are you doing? How are you? And so I believe today your Hawkeyes play against the Fighting Illini. And so that should be an interesting one right there. Curious to see how you guys look passing-wise today. Meanwhile, Tennessee out of the shotgun hands the ball up the middle. And oh my goodness, look at him go. He's going to take it all the way for a touchdown. You talk about getting points to get Lewis excited. That's going to do it. Braden says touchdown. And so, wow. 75 yards. Jalen Wright. Wow. Wow. And if you took the over on this player prop, right now you're doing cartwheels right now. It hasn't even been 15 seconds off the board, and Tennessee at home gets the first play for a touchdown. Wow. Lewis says under 100. And so, yes, Braden says, hey, Lewis. And so, yeah, Lewis likes that. #1. Well, if you're going to keep #1, you can't let too many plays like that happen. That's for sure. All right, so the extra point, good. 7-0, Tennessee. We'll see how UGA comes out here. We'll see Tennessee coming out swinging. And that's exactly the kind of energy you need to have at home. And you know he was hyped up for this one here. hyped up for this one. I remember there was a time where you'd be lucky if you had 75 yards combined against the UGA defense. But man, look at the way he just gashed that. Nobody was going to catch him. And so, wow, if this is an indication of things to come, look out. Look out. Get your popcorn ready. Braden says, can't believe I came back and won fantasy last week. And so, Braden, your fantasy team right now, I'm watching them high, I'm watching them low right now. I'm the guy that's dropping the scouting report on your team right now. I'm the guy that's out here trying to steal the sign signals, the sign signals and stuff like that from your fantasy team because your team has been out here. It's like you catch people at the right time, I notice. You catch them at the right time. So we'll see if that continues to be effective. But hey, as long as CD Lamb continues to go out there and produce at the level that he's producing for you, I mean, then why not? Why not? Because with CD Lamb playing at that level, that puts you up there. I remember I specifically put A.J. Brown above CD Lamb because I did not see enough of those games from CD Lamb last year. But if he keeps that up, that's great. Lewis says, let's go, Dogs. Respond with a touchdown. He says, get a touchdown and then go for 2. He says, do that. Absolutely. How has your Iowa basketball team been looking, Braden? All right, 1st and 10 for UGA here. Trips at the top of the screen here. Back, quick pass, gets the completion here, takes on the contact, picks up about almost 5 yards on the play there for UGA. That was Bowers with the catch, I believe. Braden says, well, time to suspend JB from the league for stealing my signals. No, you can't suspend JB without suspending Indozo first. I thought Michigan was in trouble against Maryland for a second there. I almost texted him. I'm glad I waited. Meanwhile, UGA runs the ball up the middle. That's a 1st down there. That was Edwards on the carry. Went right between the guard and center there. Picked up about a good 8 yards in the 1st. Now we've got an injured Tennessee player. Looks like number 25, Thomas for Tennessee. Again, all of this has happened here in less than a minute of play so far in this game where we've already got Tennessee up 7-0 here. So, absolutely. All right, so he is walking off the field. That's a great sign. Okay, you said they lost to Creighton this weekend or 2-1. Okay, I was wondering yesterday because I was wondering who their loss was to. But if it's the Creighton there, okay. Lewis says go deep. He says don't be cheap, go deep. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Receiver goes in motion. Shotgun. Hands it to the back. In the back. He's going to pick up about a good 4 yards there on the carry. Lewis is like, I know you guys can throw the ball, so throw the ball. I mean, this Beck kid, he's extremely talented throwing the ball. From the little that I've seen of him, he can throw it. He can throw it. Braden says, Iowa's up 2-0. Stop it. Stop it. No. Are we serious right now? I'm going to have to call Azachek about this fighting the lineman right now. We got to have a conversation about this. 2nd and 6. Beck throws it. Gets the completion. All the way to the 40-yard line of Tennessee. And that was Thomas with the reception there. And so UGA moving the ball. It may not have been as quick as Tennessee moved it, but UGA is moving the ball. A nice, healthy balance of run and pass right now for the offense. And that time you look, and the Mike linebacker got caught looking for quarterback. He looked him off, found the guy over the middle. Great job. Hands it off to the back here. The back picks up 4 yards on the carry. It'll make it 2nd and 6 coming up here for UGA. Georgia has trailed 10 times during their 27-game win streak. And so, but they find ways to win. This is what this team do. You can never be up by enough points. All right, here we go. They say 2nd and 7 now. Making adjustments to the play here. Beck changing the line of scrimmage here. Tennessee showing pressure. Let's see if they send it. Pressure's in his face. He throws it. Oh, receiver. He had to throw that one a little bit too quickly there. He did get hit on the play, but the receiver did not adjust quickly enough to the ball there. Incomplete. Did anybody stay up watching the Colorado game last night? All right, so we got 3rd down coming up here. 3rd and 7. This is from Tennessee, 37-yard line. So you definitely need to get a 1st down here. You know, if you're even thinking about a field goal and stuff like that, because you're at Tennessee 37. So this is huge right here for both teams. Let's see what happens. Shotgun, tight end goes in motion. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. And Beck gets the snap. Tennessee sending pressure. He throws it. Has a receiver. Has a 1st down. Picked up about 12 yards. And who else are you going to target? Brock Bowers there with the catch. And a 1st down here for the offense. Brandon says Michigan wins. So Louisville's headed to the ACC championship. Did they clinch that already? Nice. Nice. That's going to be a great game there. I was very concerned about them the last 2 games, though. I'm not going to lie. The last 2 games, though, they have been in some dog fights. I will say that. All right, 1st and 10. Fakes it to the back. Oh, Beck lost the ball, but he recovered it. Yeah, you can't be out there becking around like that, son. Like that's gonna get you. That's gonna get you. Oh man, messed up the play there, lost yards there. Horrible, horrible. Tried to pull it back in the back, and when he did, must have bumped like his elbow or something for that ball to come out. Luckily, he retrieved it though. That could have been very bad. Now you got yourself in a long situation. You're 2nd and 18. You don't got to get all on one play. You can simply pick up just a couple yards, perhaps, good 6, 7, 8 yards here, make 3rd down more manageable. Let's see what they do. Beck out of the shotgun, looking. Beck throws it. Oh, incomplete. I thought somebody was about to get lit up on that play, but it's just incomplete. Braden says Colorado right now. Braden, you don't sound like you believe, Braden. Let's see, Braden says Bowers back, didn't know that. And so I thought Bowers came back, was it not last week, or is JB tripping? I thought he was back last week, but maybe I'm tripping. All right, but 3rd and 18. So you got 3rd and long. Right now, if you're Tennessee, get after him if you are that front 4. Beck is going to run. Beck looking for real estate. They stopped the play. All right, so they stopped the play. And it looks like it was a timeout that was called there by Tennessee. Again, we're here in the 1st quarter. With 10 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Tennessee up 7-0. All right, Lewis says, took $100 of your buddy's pocket today. He said, bet me Colorado would win 6 games. And so, Lewis, from the very beginning, if there's anyone out there who knew that this was going to be a very fraudulent season, Lewis knew it better than anybody else for Colorado. He knew that they were not going to be above 500 there. And so my evaluation came strictly after the TCU win. I said I did not see a team that was, to me, a top 25 team. Now, the committee put him in the top 25 for a week and then realized, oh, bad, we made a mistake and all like that. But I got to give Deion a ton of credit because he brought the hype train and he found a way to really sell. And that's what recruiting is all about, selling. So I have no doubt in the future this team will definitely be a much better team. But as of the present right now, they are not a 500-win team, and Lewis just cashed in on that. Braden says, I believe in Deion Sanders, but their season is over. And so I agree. You said they thought they were going to win. You thought they were going to win 7 games. I thought so, too, until I started looking at their schedule, and I was like, wait a minute. But I feel like they did lose, obviously, Arizona State. That was one they should not have lost and stuff like that, Arizona State. But to be fair, they could have lost to TCU. Could have. They could have lost to Colorado State. They could have, so just to be fair, So, but you are what your record says you are. Lewis has lost your first grade versus Colorado, but got it back and some. And so, yes, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, so Tennessee called a timeout. And so with 3rd and 18 from Tennessee 36-yard line, if you're UGA, you at least, at the very least, want to get a little bit closer here and attempt perhaps a field goal if you don't get the first down or draw some type of penalty or something. So ideally, you'd like to get the first, but at the very least, come away with some points is the goal. All right, 3rd and 18. Lewis took the over, so he needs some points right now. He needs some points. Meanwhile, we got 10 votes up in here, 8 for UGA, 2 for Tennessee. Keep the votes coming in. All right, but 3rd and 18. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Tennessee sends 4. Offensive line picks it up, throws it, gets a completion here, and he takes it all the way to about the 24-yard line. So that's a great pickup there. Picked up about 12 yards, but he will be about 6 yards shy of that first down marker. But what it does is it does allow you to bring out that field goal unit and kick a field goal and at least get some points on this drive. Again, it was 3rd and 18, so this is a pretty good scenario here. All right, so he's made his last 14 attempts, and watch this. JB mentioned it. This probably be the one time that he doesn't. But let's see. 42-yard field goal attempt for UGA. Kick is up, and the kick is, it is good. It is good. All right, so UGA gets 3 points here on their first drive here. And so, again, here in the first quarter with 10 minutes to go in the first quarter, we've got Tennessee up 7-3. Both teams have had the football once. And so when we come back, we'll see Tennessee with the football a second time, in which last time it was really just one play, handed to the back. He took it 75 yards. I'm pretty sure UGA cut that out. But hey, let's see what happens here. This will be very interesting. I like the pace that things are going at right now. Braden says, can't believe Burrow and Andrews got season-ending injuries in the same game. And so, man, there's just something about those primetime matchups, Braden. I wish I could keep, my relevant teams anyways, away from those primetime matchups lost, because I feel like season-ending injuries tend to happen a lot on primetime matchups for whatever reason it is. But, yeah, that's devastating. That just canned the entire Cincinnati Bengals season right then and there, losing Joe Burrow, in which it was already going to be extremely tough, because everybody in that division has been competitive. But now, Watson out for the season, Burrow out for the season, Kenny Pickett playing as if he's out for the season and stuff like that, because he's just not looking good and stuff like that. So I'm looking at the Baltimore Ravens right now, and yes, you lost Mark Andrews, but this year more than ever, you do have a bunch of receivers and stuff like that you can use. The backups are like, they're okay. So I'm looking at Lamar like, hey, you got to make it happen this year. You got to make it happen this year. Like, the opportunity is there. I like Kansas City, but I don't like their wide receivers particularly. So if you are Baltimore, this is an opportunity. But what about the story down there in Houston with C.J. Stroud? That has been like, C.J. just makes me more and more proud of him each and every day. Each and every day. And again, if you're just listening in, we are currently right now at the commercial, so we are not missing anything right now. Absolutely. And to think that Thanksgiving is coming up soon. Does anybody have any major plans coming up? Obviously, Thanksgiving coming up soon. But what are some things that you guys are looking forward to for Thanksgiving? Any types of foods that you're like, hey, this is must be? Lewis says he'll take that. He'll drink to that. Braden says throwing Pickett under the bus. Wow, he's the next Baker Mayfield to JB. And so absolutely not. I don't dislike Kenny Pickett. I don't dislike him. It's just he's not good. Like, he has not been good. Mike Tomlin will tell you himself he needs to play better. He has not been playing good. When I saw Carmichael pick up his own favorite quarterback and then drop Kenny Pickett, like in a couple, like I think it was like a couple hours or a couple days and stuff like that. I was like, wow, not even good enough to be his own backup quarterback. And this is the guy that took Najee Harris fifth in our fantasy football draft. So that spoke a lot to me. All right, but here we go. So after the kickoff here, now you've got Tennessee back out here offensively. And so last time was so fast, if you blinked, you might have missed it. But here they go, shotgun. They're going to run the ball again. Who wouldn't? This time, though, tried to stiff arm, got back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Second down coming up here. 2nd and 10 for Tennessee with under 10 minutes to go here in the first quarter. With Tennessee up 7-3 in this one. Second and nine. Shotgun receiver goes in motion, gets the snap, throws it. Oh, ball deflected. He catches it himself, and now he's running. Can he turn this into something? Yes, he can. He's going to be about 2 yards shy of that first down marker, though. The way to turn what should have been a disaster into something positive. Like he hit a lineman there, bounced back. Of course, D lineman, and so actually it looks like he hit his own lineman there. To be honest. All right, we got third down coming up here, 3rd and short, shotgun formation. Gets the snap, looking, throws it, gets the completion. Got to make somebody miss here. Nah, not going to get it. That's going to bring up the punt unit here. And so UGA showing, hey, we're coming out here, we're getting that stop. Yeah, he did his own player there in the helmet, actually. Let's see. Braden says food he's looking forward to is stuffing. And so, yes. And he said, well, the Packers play on Thanksgiving, which could make the Thanksgiving terrible. I hear you there. Lewis says heading to Mexico for Thanksgiving break and then to Seattle in December for the 49ers game. So, nice. Okay, so Lewis is going to be traveling. JB is going to be traveling too. I'm actually going to be headed to the Philippines December 1st. And I will stay there until around kind of mid-late January-ish. So I will be in the Philippines there. So it'll be a little minute. Like I probably will not be streaming. And if I do stream, it'll probably be just occasionally. It may not be play-by-plays just because of the difference in the time zones and stuff like that for me while I'll be down there. So, but I'll try to do something to keep, engaged and stuff like that throughout that time frame. But yeah, so basically Thanksgiving game could be the last possible game the JB streams, or maybe that weekend after. So Lewis says, there goes the primetime sweep. And you say, yes, Braden. And so, yes, he's been waiting on it. For me, it's that good old sweet potato pie. JB loves sweet potato pie. Not supposed to eat sweet potato pie, but JB loves sweet potato pie. And if you know about that sweet potato pie, I wish Mike was like this. Mike, I think last year I told him about it, and so he tried it, absolutely loved it. And so, but for JB, sweet potato pie, macaroni and cheese when done correctly, those are two musts right there for JB for Thanksgiving. I said when done correctly now, not just any type of macaroni and cheese now. Like it's got to be baked properly. Basically, if your doctor approves of the macaroni and cheese, you're not making it right. You're not making it right. You're not making it right. Lewis says he agrees stuffing, and so yes, stuffing as well. All right, but we are here at the commercial still. When we come back, UGA will have the football here for their second time offensively. Again, here in the first quarter, 8 minutes and 21 seconds to go here in the first. We got 21 votes in here. I like this. We are off to a great start. So keep it coming here for sure, guys, and keep putting those votes in. Right now, UGA is leading the poll at 81% here with 21 votes in. So UGA off to a strong one here. Lewis says some nice ham too. And so, man, we've got Lewis over there lucid dreaming right now. He's like, he's envisioning the entire meal right now. Like it. All right, so here we go. First quarter, 8 minutes and 14 seconds to go. So let's see what UGA does here. Again, UGA, the number one ranked team in the country right now, 10-0 here. And so looking to drive down there and try to take the lead on this drive. All right, trips top of the formation here. One receiver at the bottom of the screen. Shotgun. Receiver goes in motion. Tosses it to the back off the right side here. Has some room in front of him. Picks up about 5 yards on the carry. That's Edwards there on the carry. So we got 2nd and 5 coming up. All right, 2nd and 5 coming up here for UGA. All right, shotgun again. Toss it to the back. This time we're going to go the other way with it. Oh, excellent tackle there. Excellent tackle by Tennessee. He got there and he just took out them legs and brought him down there for a loss. Excellent job. And that's how you seal the outside, despite the fact they had 2 guards pulling there and they also had multiple tight ends there. He just went all the way to the outside and said, I'm going to end this before it gets started. That's a kid that's not afraid to come in there and lay some wood. And so Joe says, Paul Brown loved the stream, and so appreciate you for coming through here, Joe. And so let's see, Lewis says need a minimum 14 points per quarter. All right, so here we go. Lewis said he needs some points here. 3rd and 6. Beck has it. Beck on the run, breaking away, stumbling forward there for a first down here. And so way to move the chains there by Carson Beck. Under 7 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. And that time took the snap there, felt the pressure, but was able to step up. And you see between the center and guard, they opened up a lane now. A couple guys did reach out to him, but he was strong enough to break away from them and pick up that first down. And who knows, maybe if that last guy doesn't trip him, maybe he's still running. But that's a first down. 6 minutes and 48 seconds to go here in the first. Braden says 2-0 Iowa still. That might be the final score when this is all said and done. Lewis says, let's ball run that touchdown play again. And so at some point, Lewis is going to become a little concerned about his team too. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, shotgun here. 3 receivers on the play. Feeds it to the back between the center and guard and picks up a yard on the carry. That's going to make it 2nd and 9. Again, this is the 2nd offensive drive right now of the game for UGA. First time out there, they came away with 3 points, and they're looking to try to come away with a touchdown this time out. All right, so 2nd and 9. The ball's at the UGA 48-yard line. So far on this drive, 4 plays for 13 yards. Now Beck's making adjustments at the line. Offensive line has done a pretty good job of giving them time. Receiver goes in motion. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Tennessee sending pressure. Beck throws it. Beck gets the completion. Takes it all the way to the 31-yard line of Tennessee. What a play. What a play. And so I'm telling you, there's something about this kid, Beck, I absolutely love when I see the kid throw the ball here. And again, I've only watched a couple of games of UGA this year, but every time I'm looking, the kid can sling the ball. He puts it right where it needs to be. But now we've got 1st and 10 from the Tennessee 31-yard line. Gets the snap. Feeds it to the back. And the back. Finding a hole here. Bounce to the right guard. Picked up maybe a yard in play. 2nd down coming up. Again, 5 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 2nd and 9 coming up. Braden says, if Iowa wins today, we play in the Big Ten Championship. And so there's a lot on the line right now. A lot on the line. Is it just purely by winning, Braden, or do you guys perhaps need anyone else to lose, and then it probably wouldn't matter, still get in there? 2nd and 9. I have not paid too much attention to that side of the conference. 2nd and 9. Feeds it to the back. All right, so he picks up about 4 yards there on the carry. Now we've got 3rd down. But this is what you want here from UGA. You've got 3rd down here, but it is 3rd and very manageable here. 3rd and 5. Oh, look at that. The referee tripped on the play here, so got to pause it for the referee here. And so referee just shakes it off there. No biggie. Yeah, he ended up tripping there, stumbling. Got to work on them backpedaling drills. All right. So about 4 minutes to go here in the first. Tennessee still up 7-3 right now. But a third down here. If you're Tennessee here, you want to get a stop here. You do not want them to get a first down. Let's see what UGA does. Gets the snap. Beck looking. Throws it. Gets the completion. And he knew exactly where he was going to go with the ball that time. He knew exactly where to go. And hey, if I had Byron on my team, I'd know it too. But that time he threw it there very quickly. It was a rather small window, but he knew exactly where he was going with the ball. Lewis says, Iowa with the baseball score. Braden says, no, we just need to win. But if we lose, we need you guys to beat Minnesota. Consider it done. Consider it done. At that point, start the celebrations already, Braden. Start the celebrations. Back up under center here. Receiver goes in motion, tosses it to the back and the back. Oh, it's going to be a pass here all by himself. Lewis, there goes your touchdown. How about that? Wow, I like it. I like it. Wow. And so they would have gotten me too. If I was the defensive coordinator, they would have caught me as well because that was an excellent play there by UGA. That time, 86 in the backfield. I had no idea who he was really. And so they tossed it to him, and then he threw that ball all by himself. I mean, there wasn't a DB in the same area code as this man. All by himself for a touchdown. UGA, who now claims the lead here. They're up 9-7. Extra point attempt about to be on the way, which should make it a 3-point game. Again, that was 9 plays, 65 yards on that drive, and the extra point is good. Here in the first quarter with 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go, and UGA up 10-7. Now, how will Tennessee respond is the question. Braden says celebrate. He's going to start the celebration already. And so, but how will they respond is the question. Braden says good trick play. And so, yes, I only wish that when NCAA football comes out next year that my trick plays are as successful as that. I would love to see that. All right, but now we are at the commercial here. And so Beck so far 6 of 8 for 72 yards passing. Edwards here 5 carries, 20 yards, leading them in rushing here. And so, yeah, but that was big. That was big. And then Rosamie Jack Saint was the receiver who caught that 18-yard touchdown pass from Dylan Bell. All right, sometimes you got to get a little creative out there. Again, all of this is taking place here in the first quarter. We've seen exciting plays on both sides here, and so this is exactly the kind of game that we want. But let's see how Tennessee's going to come out and respond here, because so far they really haven't had to do much passing yet because obviously, you know, Wright, he took that 75-yard touchdown run. Right now, Milton, he is 2 of 2 for 6 yards, so they're definitely going to need more from them. So let's see how Milton does in this drive coming up. All right, but we've got 40 votes in right now, and 30 of you believe that UGA is going to win this one. I'm sorry, not 30. We got 70% believe that UGA is going to win. 30% says Tennessee is going to win. Make that 41 now. Keep the votes coming. I just realized the completion that Milton had was also to himself, so he's also the leading receiver right now, Joe Milton III. Because he had that one pass off his own lineman helmet, basically, it looked like. All right, so getting ready to return to the action here shortly. Again, 10-7 UGA just scored a touchdown, took the lead, and now kickoff units are about to get things kicked off. All right, so now let's see if we get a return. Again, no opportunity for a return due to the great kickoff. And now Tennessee will take over from their own 25-yard line here for their third offensive possession. So first drive was a touchdown, super quick. Second drive, though, they wasn't able to move the ball. So let's see if they do third time out here. Lewis says, dang, I missed the touchdown. And so you bet you did. You bet you did. It was a nice trick play, too. A nice trick play where they tossed it to Dylan Bell, number 86, on the offense on a toss play, and then he threw it to a wide open receiver. And so, yeah, touchdown UGA. All right, so Milton and company here. Running back goes in motion. Milton, he's going to keep it himself here. Makes the first guy miss, just goes down there. And so sometimes you got to know when the play is dead and just to avoid the big hit. And that's exactly what he did there. Second down coming up, but he did lose yards on that play. All right, lost 4 yards actually. So we got 2nd and 14. Receiver goes in motion, hands it to the back, and the back. Oh, he's got some room here. And so the back, he's going to be about 2 yards shy of that first down marker, picked up 12 yards in the play. And so that right there has been the spark for this offense here. So continue to utilize that as much as possible if you're Tennessee. Braden says touchdown Oregon. Okay. Lewis said he had to go sneak him in a little break right there. And so you missed it there, Braden. I'm sorry, Lewis, you missed it there. All right, 3rd and 3. 4 receivers on this play. Milton looking, throws it. Ball got tipped there, incomplete, and he had his guy. He had his guy right there, but the ball got tipped, and that's what you need to do as a defensive player there. Get your hand up and make it that much more harder for the offensive player. I see Oklahoma won earlier today in a close one against BYU. I feel like Oklahoma every week is in a close game where it's like, are they about to lose? Braden says tipped. All right, so this brings out the punt unit here for Tennessee and punts it. Let's see if we get a return. Fair catch is symboled and caught at the 26-yard line. That's where UGA will take over with the football here offensively. All right, I see UCLA's up on USC. It feels weird to see that USC is playing in an earlier window game, to be honest, because I feel like I'm so used to seeing them playing at night lately. It feels a little bit weird to see them play during the daytime, at least here on Central Time. Lewis said Oklahoma scored on 3 BYU turnovers, and so, oh man. So you mean to tell me if they didn't turn the ball over, they would have beaten Oklahoma? Wow. All right, so here we go for UGA. They're up 3 points right now, 10-7 here, and they want to add on to that. Shotgun here. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. From their own 27-yard line. Fakes to the back. Steps up to avoid the rush. Throws it from the pocket. He threw an interception. Tennessee has it. There is a penalty now, but he's going to return it all the way to about that 18-yard line. Now, keep in mind, there was a penalty, but the penalty looks like it was thrown perhaps after the interception. So I believe that this should still remain with Tennessee, but let's see what the officials say on this play. But wow, Braden says picked, and so let's see. Lewis says Utah's been Utah's been taken to the woodshed a couple of times this season. I am shocked here at how that's been going. I wonder if it's just more so just the difference in the quarterback play right now from what I'm used to seeing for them, but yeah, that's been the case. All right, so they call holding there for Tennessee. And so, and again, I cannot actually hear the audio here because I don't want it to get caught here. So I'm not listening to the audio here. I'm just reading the lips there of the officials, doing my best job with that. Braden says most likely Caleb Williams' last game with USC. Braden says penalty come on. And so, Braden, you sound disappointed. And so, but yeah, that time he stepped up to avoid the pressure. And because he stepped up to avoid the pressure in the fashion that he did, he ended up overthrowing his intended receiver there. But they called the hold there, and oh man. So, oh man, that's tough. That's tough. They called the hold there. So that is going to, okay, so the ball is going to remain with UGA because that did happen before the interception. Now, there was an injured player for UGA, number 69. He's being taken to the medical tent. Hopefully he'll be okay. But yeah, so it's still UGA's ball there because they called a penalty there for the hold on the DB prior to the interception there. Braden says 3-2 Illinois. And so, oh man. All right, 1st and 10, shotgun, feeds it to the back, and the back is fighting for yards here, but he's going to pick up perhaps 2 yards on the play. And so, oh man, I know that right now Tennessee has to feel upset about that one because this was an opportunity. This was a golden opportunity to get a turnover in a big play, and you would have had great field position. But it is what it is there. As they continue to show the replay there, he was indeed holding. Jake, I cannot deny he was indeed holding on that one. But man, I don't think he had to hold on that one. I don't think he really had to do that. All right, but 2nd and 8. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Beck with it. Sees the pressure. Throws it over the middle. Incomplete. So incomplete. 3rd down coming up here. And so right now, Tennessee's doing a pretty good job here of letting Beck feel the pressure, and it's just doing just enough to alter some of his throws here. Now, I have seen Beck plenty of time make these throws here, so at some point, if you are Tennessee, you got to get him for an actual sack here. But if you're UGA offensive line, keep getting him a pocket to step into. Braden says, Arcane will play tomorrow. And so, yes, I've been monitoring his return for fantasy purposes because he has been destroying people, and I don't want to get destroyed by him. Absolutely. Lewis says Michigan survived. What was the final score in that one? All right, so right now we have a pre-snap penalty here. And so that's going to back them up. So you have false start here against UGA. Backs them up 5 yards right now. And so now you just make it 3rd and long at this moment here. And yeah, that's frustration right there because we know with UGA's offense, you can get those, 3rd and mediums, 3rd and shorts easy. But when you're making mistakes like this, now you've got 3rd and 13, you're making life a lot more difficult than it has to be. But here we go. From their own 34-yard line. All right, Beck's making adjustments. 5 seconds right now on the play clock. Tennessee sends 4. Beck throws it, gets it completed there to the back, and he's going to get brought down here at about the 38-yard line. So he's going to be well shy of that 1st down marker. 4th down coming up. And so technically they can run out the rest of the 1st quarter here as well. It's a possibility. And so Ron, what's good with you? How are you doing? And so Ron says hi. And so how are you doing? I hope all is well. And we've got over 100 votes already here, guys. 104 votes in here. 70% believe in UGA. 30% they're hoping upon hopes that Tennessee can find a way. Meanwhile, the punt. All right, going to get touched at about that 14-yard line here. So that is where Tennessee will take over from their own 14-yard line. Let's see what they can do when we start the 2nd quarter. But this is the end of the 1st quarter. Ron says, how are you? And so I'm doing pretty good, my guy. I am doing pretty good. And so nothing like college football on a Saturday. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. But I hope that all is doing well with you. All right, if anybody wants to drop a final score projection for what they think the final score will be at the end of this game, who wins, and the final score, definitely let me know here. I want to see what you guys think, how the rest of this is going to play out. 1st quarter has been a great quarter. Tennessee got things started off with the 1st touchdown on the 1st offensive play of the game. Took it 75 yards there for Wright. Since then, he's gotten 1 yard there. So if I'm Tennessee, I'm looking to try to get this guy going however I possibly can right now because he has been that lightning in a bottle there. So, between him, Small, get those 2 involved there. That's your best bet here. But at some point, they're going to need Milton to be able to make some plays. 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 10. They're going to need plays like that for him to convert later in this game. Everybody knows it. That's just a fact there. Whether it's through the air or on the ground, however it's done, they're going to need him to make some plays and get some impact. But you can't have at the end of 1 quarter against UGA, your quarterback is the leading receiver of this team right now with just 6 receiving yards. So if you're Tennessee right now, let's see what they do to get creative and get some yards here on this upcoming drive. Absolutely. And just looking at the SEC in a whole right now, and so obviously we see where UGA is at. I mean, you look at their side of the conference, Mizzou, they're 2 games behind, and we already saw Georgia beat Mizzou. Tennessee right now, we're seeing this matchup here. Kentucky, Florida, they've seen better years. Not even going to go through South Carolina and Vanderbilt on that side. But on the opposite side, Alabama. They're 7-0 in conference play right now. And so I remember early in the season when they were struggling with South Florida and stuff like that. Things have certainly changed there. They've got their groove. They've got their confidence. They are not the same team as they were back then. Saban realized who his quarterback actually is. And so they have been playing better and better football on that end there. Ole Miss, I always say Ole Miss to me is just not designed to beat a team like UGA or to beat a team like Alabama. For some reason, those two teams will always be the struggle up under Lane Kiffin, because I feel like before Lane Kiffin, they were more of a fight, like that type of team that can sneak in and upset you every once in a while. But under Lane Kiffin, absolutely not. LSU 7-3, exciting offense, but no defense whatsoever. No defense whatsoever. As for Texas A&M, the best thing that they can do is continue to advertise that position and hopefully bring in the right guy that can come in and change things for Texas A&M. Absolutely. But again, we are still at the commercial because it is the end of the first quarter. And when we start things back, it will be the second quarter that is in play. Braden says Michigan won 31-24. And so, okay, I felt like Michigan was up early, 23 to 3 or something like that. And then Maryland they just came back. They just decided that they wanted to come back and then tried to win it late. It should have started a lot earlier. All right, and again, we're just getting ready for the start of the second quarter here shortly. Meanwhile, let us see what other games are taking place right now as we have some time. All right, man, I cannot believe, Braden, that you guys have a 3-2 score right now at the Fighting Illini over the number 16 ranked team in the country, Iowa, 3-2 at the end of one quarter. North Carolina's up on Clemson 7-0. They just ended the first quarter as well. Ohio State's up on Minnesota 7-0. Oregon's up on Arizona State 7-0. So we got a bunch of good games going on here. As we get ready to start the second quarter now. All right, so here we go. Shotgun formation. We're going to go 4 receivers, 1 running back here. Throws it, gets the completion, gets the first down in the process as well. Picked up about 11 yards on the play. All right, that's what you want to see right here. If you can find a way to bring some balance, if you're Tennessee, between the pass and the run and keep them on their toes right there, that's what you want. Stretch them out defensively and then be able to open up some lanes for both Milton and the running back. Receiver goes in motion, fakes it to the back here, throws it to that receiver who makes the catch here, tries to cut it upfield, trying to make that guy miss. We brought down to the 30-yard line. That's going to make it second down coming up. Again, that was White with the catch. 2nd and 5 coming up for Tennessee from their own 30-yard line. Hands it to the back. And he picks up the first down there. Takes on the contact for the first. Picked up about 5 yards there and a first down. All right, so first down here for the offense. Receiver goes in motion. Fakes it again to the back. Taking a deep shot here. And he goes up for it, but does not come down with it. Excellent job in coverage there. I actually thought that was a great pass there. I felt like the ball was up there, and I felt like he had a chance to go up there and bring it down. Just couldn't make the play, but I do like the pass there. He gave him a chance to make that play. Great job there by the defender to ensure that he didn't bring that one down because he was right there in the mix as well. It was basically whoever won that matchup, whoever wanted it more was going to win that matchup there. Brady says, almost a crazy catch. Indeed. Lewis is just shaking his head right now. He's shaking his head. He took the over on this one, and he needs more points. All right, 2nd and 10. Feeds it to the back. Oh my, he's got some room to work with here. Runs into the back of this guy right there. Picked up about 7 yards there. All right, so Tennessee is moving the ball here, and so I like what I'm seeing here, a mixture of passes. Even that deep attempt, even though it wasn't completed there, it does, stretch the defense, say, hey, we got to respect it for sure, so you got to like what you're seeing there. But right now, important 3rd and 3. Snaps the ball, throws it, and incomplete. And so UGA gets the stop that they needed right there. 4th down coming up here, and so if you're UGA, that's big right there. Big stop. But man, yeah, he had this guy there, threw it. A little too high for him, incomplete. If that ball's a little bit lower, perhaps he makes that play. All right, so here goes the punter again for Tennessee, looking to try to pin him deep. Punts it. All right, fair catch at the 19-yard line, so that's where UGA will take over here offensively. Here in the 2nd quarter, as UGA leads this one 10-7. Lewis is just shaking his head. He's seeing too many punters out here. Lewis is like, he wants points. He signed up for points. Absolutely. Braden, what time do your Packers play on Thanksgiving? I haven't looked at the Thanksgiving schedule, but I definitely do need to. Let's see. You say Alabama quarterback pulled Deshaun Jackson today. And so, really now, I didn't even watch that game. I saw that they were playing Tennessee Chattanooga. I said, nope, not going to do it to myself today. Not going to do it. Let's see. You say it wasn't Nora, by the way. And so, ooh. Interesting. I mean, I guess considering the opponent, they probably didn't play on 2nd half or something like that. Considering the final score, there was definitely no need to. And so you say 11:30 Central Time. And so, yes, that game was earlier in the day. Okay. Did anybody watch the Louisville versus Miami game? Did anybody take the time to watch that? I mean, Louisville won, but it was 38-31, and I believe at the first half, I believe like Miami was leading that matchup every time I was glancing at the score there. So definitely a team that I'm keeping an eye out for, just as that like X Factor type of team. I am rooting for them and stuff, and so if they have a head-on collision with Florida State, I feel like that would be a very fun matchup to watch in the ACC. But yeah, a ton of great games later today. Kansas versus Kansas State. That should be a great game. You say you watched a little bit of it? Bet. All right, again, still right now, waiting to get back to the action here shortly. Houston's up on Oklahoma State 7-0. Brandon says, I said they were my playoff sleeper a couple weeks ago, and so yes. And ever since then, I thought you were going to jinx them a couple of times, but they have survived. 1st and 10, passes it, caught by the receiver. And look at him. He picked up about 16 yards. Oh, wow. He was hit pretty hard there on that sideline there. But somehow Big 71 end up out there. And when you got 71 out there blocking for you, you're going to get you some yards. You best believe that. So that's a nice 1st down there for UGA. Tight end goes in motion. Takes a snap from his own 37-yard line, throws it, gets the completion there to the receiver. Looks like the receiver was kind of stumbling on the route, but recovered enough to make that catch. All right, so just waiting them to get back to the action here. Let's see. Braden says, breaking news, Iowa scored a touchdown. It's beautiful. How'd you guys score? And so, Lonnie, what's good with you? Meanwhile, oh, wow, what a nice spin. And then he kept his balance, fighting forward all the way to the 46-yard line of Tennessee. And Lonnie says, go Vols. And so, hey, someone out here representing Tennessee. He's even got the orange profile there for you. And so, absolutely. But how are you doing, Lonnie? Glad to see you here. UGA shotgun. Hands it to the back. Picks up a yard. That's Milton on the carry. All right, so again, difference of 3 points so far in this one. UGA up 10-7 right now. If you're Tennessee defensively, you got to remain strong here. This is where you have to continue to remain strong. You do not want to let UGA start running that ball and picking up 4 or 5 yards of carry, because then you're going to be in for a long day. All right, 2nd and 9. 3 receivers at the bottom of the screen, tight end, top of the formation. Receiver goes in motion, gets the snap, back, throws it, gets the completion, and he's going to be brought down there. Probably picked up about 4 yards there. So it's going to bring up 3rd down. So we got 3rd and 6 coming up here for the offense. Now, this is where I usually see them do a pretty good job of getting first downs here on these 3rd and mediums to 3rd and short situations. But let's see what they do here. Back making adjustments. They're at the Tennessee 42-yard line, so this is huge. All right, gets the snap. Back, throws it short. Gets a completion to the back and a first down as he goes to the 32-yard line of Tennessee, picking up a fresh 2 set of downs in the process here. And it's under 10 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Tulane had their victory earlier today. Okay. You see a passing touchdown, Braden, and so that's unheard of. Speaking of unheard of, 243 likes already here in the first half here, and so very appreciative of that. Meanwhile, the pass, and it's going to be completed to the 11-yard line, and that's Bowers again. Wow. I wonder what NFL team is going to be fortunate enough to end up drafting him. This kid can just flat out play. I mean, look at that. At first, it was a delayed route first of all there. And so you wait till everybody clear up, and then you have to hit him right between the DBs on that one. And that's exactly what he did there. So a first down. He's got 5 catches for 54 yards so far in this one. Bowers goes in motion. So 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, 1 back. Fakes to the back. He's going to keep it himself here. And he's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play. 2nd and 8 coming up here inside the red zone. Lewis says, let's go. Yeah, with 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go here before the half, Lewis says he desperately needs some points right now. He needs some points. And if anybody that's watching right now, if you took the over on this game or you took the under, let me know. Or if you have any player props involved in this one as well, anything related to that, you let me know. As we definitely want to know what everybody needs to reach. All right, 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun. Beck in the pocket. Throws it. Gets the completion. It's all up to him. And he gets the touchdown. He gets the touchdown. And that was Bell with the touchdown. He had a touchdown throw earlier. And this time, Dylan Bell says, I'll do it myself, thank you. And he gets the 9-yard touchdown catch. He's got 2 catches for 26 yards and a touchdown. So I guess all that's left for him to do now is to get a rushing touchdown, maybe even special teams. But excellent job there. Yeah, number 1, this is not 2-hand touch there. That is not going to work. But that was 9 plays, 80 yards, and over 5 minutes in terms of time possession off the clock. And so Lewis is like, yes, we got points there. Extra point is good. So UGA is up 17-7, and we're going to see how Tennessee responds here with over 8 minutes remaining here before halftime here. So if you're Tennessee right now, no need to press the panic button. You're just down by 10 right now. Go down there, and you must score. What you don't want to do, you don't want to give them the ball back and let them score again. That is not what you want to do. UGA will get the football first in the second half there, so certainly if you're Tennessee, you definitely want to come out and score. That's for sure. But Ghost Dog 50, what's good with you? And he says, woof, woof, woof. What's good with you? Apologize for my barking isn't all that great here, but how are you? And so Try Fry Savage, what's good with you? And you say, so why nobody's showing the game? Nobody want to hear people talk about it. And so I appreciate you coming through there. And so, yeah, cannot take that risk on this channel about showing the game and then having YouTube give me another strike for that. Cannot do it. Some people get away with it until YouTube just decides not to. I believe a couple of weeks ago was when I saw people stop sharing it because YouTube started cracking back down on it for whatever reason. And so it really does suck. It really does suck. But absolutely. So, yeah, technically on this channel, we follow the rules and we will not be showing it. But I appreciate that. Let's see. Mario says, Kentrell, go ahead. And so, yeah, so many new faces here. How's everybody doing? And again, we are now at the commercial. Again, second quarter, UGA up 17-7 over Tennessee here in the second quarter with 8 minutes and 4 seconds to go before the half. Lewis says, yeah, YouTube getting serious. And so, yeah, because I remember a couple weeks ago we had people coming through that was talking about how the games were getting removed and stuff. So, yeah, YouTube is not allowing it. If it was something that YouTube allowed me to do, I certainly would, but they would not allow me to do that. Absolutely. Besides, I don't want to be one of those who just capitalize off of, just putting the game up there and stuff like that. And let's see. Tammy says, Dogs made a touchdown. Yes. They're up 17-7. And right now, it's the Dogs' world, and we're just living in it. We're just living in it. Absolutely. Let's see. Braden says 14-0 Oregon. Okay. And so at this point of the season, I want to hear from you guys. Who do you guys feel like are your top two choices for the Heisman Trophy? As things are looking right now, who would you guys put for your top two choices for Heisman Trophy winners so far this season, or potential winners, I should say, so far this season, in your opinion? Let me know in the chat. Meanwhile, kickoff here, no return. And so we will see how Tennessee responds. Now, down 10 points here. I feel like there's an emphasis here to where they have to have some type of tempo here. And this is very important if you're a Tennessee. You got to come away with some points. I feel like on this drive here, you do not want them to get the ball back and run the risk that they score again, knowing that they will get the ball first in the second half as well. So this is where you come out, try to reestablish that momentum you had early in that first quarter. All right, so here we go. After UGA scored 17 unanswered, it's time for Tennessee to answer here. Shotgun formation. Receiver goes in motion. And, all right, Milton's going to keep it himself there. Got sandwiched there on the play. Picked up about 4 yards there. All right, so we got 2nd and 7. All right, little trick play here by Tennessee. He's got some blockers in front of him, and he's going to pick up the first down. All right, picked up about 9 yards on the run. All right, so Braden says Daniels and Penix. Okay. Lewis says Nita Vowles touchdown. He said he's just worried about the game. But yes, that would make it very interesting if they did. Quick pass here. It's caught and brought down by his ankles. Picks up 2 yards on the play. 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Again, UGA up 17-7. But Tennessee with the football here, facing 2nd and 8. Trying to make something happen from their own 38-yard line. Feeds it to the back, no room, but still fights for it there. Picks up a yard on the play. That's going to make it 3rd down coming up here, 3rd and 7. And as I alluded to earlier here, Milton's going to have to find a way to convert on these 3rd and 7 type of plays, 3rd and 8. These are the plays that he's going to have to make if he wants to keep his team in contention for this one. So let's see what happens here with 6 minutes and 42 seconds to go. They are 0 for 3 right now on 3rd down. All right, gets the snap out of the shotgun. Holds it, throws it to his back, incomplete. Even if his back caught it, it would not have been a first down there. Fourth down coming up. UGA defense, hey, they sense the situation. They do a good job of what I like to call situational defense there, where they know, like, okay, this is a big opportunity here where if we get the stop, we're going to have an opportunity here to really do something. But before I speak too much, there is a penalty. But that's going to be on the offense there. It's going to be on the offense there, so that's going to be a decline there. And so fourth down coming up. It was an eligible receiver downfield called against Tennessee. Penalty is declined because fourth down's coming up from their own 39-yard line, so they will have to punt the ball. Tammy says 17-7, Dogs, hold them, Dogs. Okay, bet. Let's see. Ghost Dog says Kirby Death March begins in third quarter. And so, yes, that's typically when those running plays start to break loose for about a good 7 yards, 8 yards, then 12 yards, 15, and so forth. So if you're Tennessee, that sense of urgency should be high right now. All right, but they punt the ball here for UGA. And so now we'll see the Bulldogs come back out here. We're already leading this one 17-7, and they'll take over from their own 27-yard line here. So we'll see what they can do when we come back from the commercial. And so, Angel, what's good with you? Angel says, Bama going to beat Georgia. And so Angel says you heard it here first, that Bama's going to beat Georgia. And so, all right, let's see. Meanwhile, just looking at some of the other games that are taking place since we are currently right now at the commercial here. You've got Notre Dame up on Wake Forest right now, 14-7. They're in the second quarter. North Carolina and Clemson, they're all tied up 7-7 in the second quarter of that one as well. Ohio State's up on Minnesota, but it's just 7-0 in the second quarter, so Minnesota's defense must be giving them a hard time. Oregon's up on Arizona State 14-0. They're still in the first quarter with about 5 minutes and 22 seconds to go in that matchup. Number 23 ranked Oklahoma State finds himself trailing right now 13-3 to Houston in the first quarter of that one with about 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. So I'm keeping an eye on that one to see how that progresses. In the second quarter, the Fighting Illini are up 10-9 against the Iowa Hawkeyes. Again, Iowa with an opportunity to clinch their side of the conference should they win or either Minnesota loses. So a big game for them. But the Fighting Illini says, we're not going to make it easy. They said, we're not going to make it easy on them. And then some interesting games later on. I mean, obviously Kansas State versus Kansas, both teams 7-3. That should be a great matchup later on. You've got also the Washington versus Oregon State game. I'm looking forward to that one personally later on as well. That should be great. So many great games later today. And so I'm excited. I'm excited. That Texas versus Iowa State game later could be a potential trap game for Texas, so they need to watch out. Iowa State, they are always a team that's ready to upset somebody on any given Saturday. They're just not consistent with it. All right, so returning back to the action here. Again, second quarter right now, and we've got about a good 6 minutes and 25 seconds, I believe, till halftime. Let's see. Lady says, no, Georgia got Bama because their tide has rolled down. Okay, I like it. Richard says, go Dogs. And so, but yes, how are you guys doing? All right, 1st and 10 here for UGA from their own 29-yard line. Multiple tight ends, 2 receivers, 1 back. Tight end goes in motion. Feeds it to the back, and he's going to get brought down for a loss of a yard there, trying to get to the edge there, but not having it. I believe that side of Tennessee does a tremendous job of cutting off the edge from what I've seen. Now, Everett's got up a little hobbly there, so hopefully nothing major there, but he's going to head to the sideline. All right, so we got 2nd and 11 here from the UGA 28-yard line. Shotgun formation. Tight end goes in motion. Back, looking. Back, throws it over the middle. Gets the completion. Takes it to the 47-yard line of UGA. So almost midfield. About 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go here before the half. UGA leading this one by 10, 17-7. And so that chill guy, Jacob, says Dog fans all day, but I think Bama is capable of beating us this year. And so very interesting conversation going on here in the chat about that. I mean, clearly Bama is playing way better than they were at the start of the season. I'm not going to lie. I sort of written them off early on, but I had no choice but to erase everything that I've written off about them because they are playing at an extremely high level right now compared to where they were. But UGA, UGA is still UGA. So that's going to be a great matchup. Hopefully we get to see later on. I'm looking forward to it for sure. But both teams are really good. All right, 2nd and 21. Quick pass. Gets the completion. And trying to follow them blockers there. All right, so now we've got 3rd down coming up. And just look at how Beck commands the offense there. I mean, I really like that about him. I feel like he's got a lot of command of the offense. And under 5 minutes to go here in a second. All right, so let's see, 3rd and 12. Snaps it. Tennessee brings pressure up the middle, but it's picked up, throws it, and ooh, what a nice catch in the sideline there. And so, wow, what a play. What a play. And so as we look at the replay there, I mean, Bell did a tremendous job of identifying the football there, knowing where he was in relation to the sideline there, and then he just made the play. He just made the play on that one. DB tried to make good coverage on that one, but excellent job there by the wide receiver. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Tosses it to the back. Look at him. He's got some room. High steps. Gets there. Excellent pickup there. Picked up at least about 15 yards on that play. Under 4 minutes to go here before halftime. And so UGA moving the ball. And that was Milton there for 14 yards. He's got 6 carries for 30 yards so far in this game. And so Soldier Town vet says even if Bama beats Georgia, they still don't belong in the playoffs. Texas should go because they beat Alabama. And so interesting point there. Very interesting point there. But how are you doing? How are you doing? And so they do have that loss there to Texas there. The A&M game was pretty close as well. But that would be a very interesting conversation. I always say never put it in the hands of the committee to make a decision like that. I've seen the committee hurt my team, burn my team. 1 second conference championships matter, the next second it doesn't, and stuff like that. And so a lot of things. All right, 2nd and 10. Bowers goes in motion. Fakes it to the back. Beck throws over the middle and gets the completion. And he's going to take it all the way to the 4-yard line of Tennessee. So right now, UGA, they are moving. They are moving right now. They're in a groove. And let's see. Lady says, sorry, Vols, not even Dolly Parton appearing can help Tennessee UGA. And so you got a valid point. They tried Dolly and Peyton, the combo right there. And so I did notice that. Let's see. Braden says Ohio State's up 10-0. Appreciate that, Braden. Let's see. John Herring says Bama getting beat so it won't matter. And so I appreciate you coming through there, John. How are you? Meanwhile, they headed to the back here. He picks up about a yard or 2 in a play before he is stuffed. All right, so 2 minutes and 8 seconds to go here before halftime. And so right now, if you're Tennessee, you've got a situation right now. You're already down 17-7. So you want to hold them at least to a field goal attempt here if possible, knowing that you want to give yourself some time to try to go down there, run a little maybe minute and 20 seconds ideally offensively and try to get something, even if it's just a field goal before the half, knowing that this same group that's been moving the ball as of late gets the ball first in the second half. An opportunity for 2 scores back-to-back if you are UGA, the way their defense has been playing. Throws it, gets the completion, and that's going to be a touchdown to guess who? Brock Bowers. And so this kid has it. This kid has it. Lewis says punch it in. A random person from Tennessee says he hates Paramount. John says doing well, sir. Thank you. And so glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Yes, and with Thanksgiving coming up, I hope everybody's got great plans coming up for Thanksgiving here. And so same question I posed earlier on. If you guys want to share just something that you're looking forward to for Thanksgiving, whether it's food or just something in general, a trip, vacation, whatever it is, let me know. More than happy to share that celebration with you. Speaking of celebration, though, UGA, they're up 23-7, have the extra point coming up, 8 plays, 71 yards right now, and so they are rolling right now. All right, but wait a minute here, wait a minute. The referee wants to take a second look at this. I mean, he's clearly got it. He's clearly got it. Who's making these decisions here? He's clearly got the touchdown. So unless they're seeing something that I don't see, it's a clear touchdown. The ball already broke the plane of the end zone before his knee was remotely down. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. Lewis says that's a double shot for him. And so Courtney Humphrey says Georgia playing with last year's second string and still can't be beat so far. And so you have a very valid point. That does not go without being noticed there. And that's just a testament to the recruiting of Kirby Smart. I mean, that recruiting, that pipeline is just, it's tremendous. Like they've got the size up front, they've got the depth. And so it's just, tremendous to see. Tremendous to see. All right, so they realized quickly that the call is confirmed. I mean, I realized that with my bad contacts that that play was going to stand. Ghost Dog says UGA equals football clinic. Lewis says the ref's trying to prevent you from winning. They don't want to see you do great, Lewis. They don't want to see you do great. Absolutely, but in spite of that, the touchdown is up there. So now, if you're Tennessee, you've got 1:31, and you've got 2 timeouts here. So now you've got to come out here, and this is going to be all on Joe Milton III right now. Come out here and try to get some points before halftime. But the extra point is good, so it's 24-7 right now, knowing that you're getting the football first in the second half. So right now, UGA, they're in a good place. They're in a good place. But if there's one thing about teams that win championships, they don't take their foot off the gas pedal. They don't do that. So best believe UGA is going to keep storming for as long as you let them. So this is going to be a true test right now for Tennessee. True test. Lewis says needs a ball field goal. And so, yes, I chose to stream this game, Lewis. So I hope that it does stay decent at least until like late in the fourth at least. So let's see if Tennessee does come away with some points here on this drive, as they're certainly going to be looking to try to air it out. But 1:31, that's certainly enough time, especially with 2 timeouts, to go down there and try to get some points, in which they need to. And so let's see. Lady says, yes, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. And so we are going to chomp like dogs to the balls. And so, hey, that sounds like a feast right now. That sounds like a feast right now. Absolutely. Yes, and if JB can help anybody out there, if you have not tasted sweet potato pie, JB highly recommends sweet potato pie. I mean, that is one of JB's favorites for Thanksgiving. That, macaroni and cheese, as Braden mentioned earlier, him and Lewis, stuffing. And so, absolutely, JB recommends that. You'll come back on the stream one day and say, you know what, you just changed my life, JB. Maybe you won't say that, but hey, you'll at least enjoy it. Lewis says Tennessee touchdown woke up the dogs. And so it did, that 75-yard run. I mean, it really did wake them up, honestly. They've now scored 24 unanswered points in this one. That's what you expect from the #1 team in the country. On the road. Let's not forget, this is on the road. So right now, if you're Tennessee, you've got to come out and you've got to find something. You've got to really come out and find something. You're down just 17. I say just 17 as if it's small, but there's still plenty of time. Still plenty of time. John says you're away from your TV and would rather hear you than the radio. So much appreciated. So, hey, I appreciate that, and I appreciate you, John. Absolutely. Yes. And so, Bucks, Raising Boss, what's good with you? And you say Bulldogs 1 game over. Now, what got me was last year's championship game between UGA and TCU. They put them to sleep before really the end of the first quarter. Now, that was insane. Last year. Like, that had to be one of the most one-sided streams I had ever streamed, ever. And so, that was insane. And so, but tell me this, Bucks, how do you think your Florida State Seminoles would match up against UGA, in all honesty? In all honesty, how do you think your Florida State Seminoles would match up with them? All right, kickoff on the way. No return. So let's see what Tennessee does here. You got 1:31 here, so you have some time. You've got 2 timeouts as well, but you got to make sure that your offensive line gives Joe the time that he's going to need to be able to make these completions. And so let's see. Lady Zabril says, hit that like. This channel is lit. And so I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yes. And hey, you guys are the real MVPs. Let's see, Bucks raising both says JB game over. And so let's see, Kobe Carly says thanks for a great play-by-play. And so thank you guys for tuning in. Absolutely. All right, from their own 25-yard line. Out of the shotgun. Throws it to the receiver. He's going to get brought down 2 yards shy of that first down marker. I want to see some more urgency here from Tennessee here. If I was down 24-7 against the #1 team in the country, I would really be showing a lot more. Like the body language has to be showing like, hey, we're locked in. We're on one page here. 2nd and 2. They pick up the pressure, throws it, gets the completion, and he is still fighting for it before he goes out of bounds at about the 49-yard line. 1 minute and 3 seconds left to go. Still have their 2 timeouts right now. Big play. That was Webb with the reception for Tennessee. All right, so they're already lined up. Again, shotgun formation. Caleb Webb picked up 17 yards in that play. So Joe Milton right now, can he continue to move the ball here through the air? That's what we've not seen so far. He's got just 48 yards passing, but he is 7 of 11 so far here. Gets the snap. Milton. Move on the move. Throws it. And that's going to be caught. Or at least it looks like a completion. Let's see what the referee says. All right, so it is a catch. Clock's still running. 50 seconds right now. He picked up about 8 yards in the play. All right, so now they hand it to the back, and the back is going to be, looks like a yard shot at a first down marker. May want to call a timeout. But time is still running. 33 seconds. All right, we're not going to take JB's advice here, so clock's still running. So they got 3rd and 1. Hand it to the back again, and this time he does get just enough for that first down. So they got 20 seconds and 2 timeouts right now. Again, trailing 24-7. All right, so now they call their second timeout. Personally, I probably would have called it earlier, to be honest there. Save a couple more seconds there, but they call a timeout. All right, let's see. Gives me an opportunity to catch up on the comments here. So let's see where I'm at. And so MHM Wheezy says he wants Bama. And so what's good with you? And so, yes, that Bama UGA game, all looking forward to it. Let's see, Ghost Dog says, got that right, Lewis. And so, let's see. All right, John says, I think D. Let's see. Bud says, not good, don't think that good. Let's see, John says, Florida State UGA would be a good one. Okay. Buck says, we play nobody this year. Ghost says, Mizzou took that soul. And so, let's see. Lewis says, go for a field goal. Buck says, yep. And so, yes. All right, the score right now still 24-7. UGA up by 17. Tennessee with the football. They did call a timeout after they ran that ball there and got the first down. They had about 20 seconds remaining here before halftime. So now it's all about managing that clock with about 20 seconds here, with about 6 seconds per pass attempt, assuming if it's incomplete or out of bounds. You might at the most give yourself about 2, possibly 3 shots at the most. And so in the zone, in the building here. And so what's good with you in the zone? I'm not going to lie. I almost texted you earlier when I saw that Maryland was giving you guys quite the fright, but I thought about it and I knew better, so I refrained from doing so. But this game was more interesting than most games you guys have played so far this season. But how are you doing? How are you doing? Let's see. Bucks Ray says, do you think it'll be a good game for FSU? I think it would be a good game. Meanwhile, Milton taking a deep shot up there. Oh, man. Oh, man. If you're Tennessee right now, that one right there just sunk your stomach right there. Now, Webb looks like he's in some pain there. But, man, look at that. He actually had outran the double coverage there, and he had an opportunity, because you just need 1 foot in college football. He had an opportunity, if he makes that catch in which the ball hit him in the hand. It hit him in the hand, but if he makes that catch, it would have been a really difficult one. Oh, man, that would have been some points right there. If you're Tennessee, you can't get that back. You can't get that back. Let's see, it was said. I see your boy JB out for the year. And so, yes, Joe Burrow out for the year. That's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking for him, and also Mark Andrews as well, for both of those guys to be out for the season. It's just something about those prime time matchups. Absolutely. But guys, definitely feel free to check out In the Zone podcast channel because my man, he's over there posting Vikings content day in and day out and stuff like that. So definitely someone that's great to, follow, subscribe to his channel there because, hey, my guy, me and him real close here, despite the fact that he's a Michigan Wolverine and I'm an Ohio State Buckeye. In spite of that fact, we still managed to get along here. That's just how we are here in this channel. Absolutely. So, but again, so Webb looked like he was banged up on that play there. So 2nd and 10 when we come back to the action with about 14 seconds remaining there. And so Joe put that money out, he put that ball out there just about on the money. But Webb unable to make what would have been a spectacular catch. Again, if you're rooting for Tennessee or just a decent game. And so that's it. As Zone says, appreciated. And so absolutely. All right, so we're getting ready to get back to the final seconds here of the second quarter. And so in just this drive alone, it's been really good for Tennessee, but can they come away with points in the form of a touchdown or even a field goal? They're going to need more yards, though, that's for sure. 14 seconds and 1 timeout. All right, so UGA is going to call a timeout here. Yeah, UGA is going to call a timeout. Not a bad decision at all. After seeing that last play, I got to call a timeout, make sure they understand you do not allow for this to happen. And so let's see. Drew says, I cannot find this game on ESPN. What about y'all? And so it should be on CBS. It should be on CBS. Yeah, I'm watching it on YouTube TV, but it should be on CBS for you, Drew. Let's see. Buck says, who do you think get in the playoff bracket next week, last week? And so, man, to get in that playoff bracket there, there's going to be some tough competition there. But let me think about that at halftime because I'll have more time to think about that at halftime there and put together my 4 teams for who I think will get in the college football playoffs there. But I can tell you what, I got UGA in there. That's a lock. That's a lock. The others I got to think about. Meanwhile, pass there. Ooh, what a nice pass and a completion there for a first down. That for sure puts you in field goal range. But you got 7 seconds here, 1 timeout. And so I wonder, does that give you a chance for one more play potentially? Because it's at about the 18-yard line. So it should be between the 18 and 19-yard line where they place the ball at. So you may have one more quick shot here, possibly. All right, so it looks like they called the timeout there. All right, so they put 1 more second on the clock, so they got 8 seconds to work with. And so let's see. And the Zone says you're streaming Michigan and Ohio State game. And so, you already know that your boy is planning on doing that one. You already know. Yes, you already know that Ohio State Michigan game is one that JB definitely planning on streaming. And so I've only streamed a couple Ohio State games here, and so I tell you what, though, you guys gave me a hard time the last 2 years when I streamed that game. So this year, it's going to be different. It's going to be different this year. Let's see. Robert Thompson says Buckeyes versus Dogs. And so I'd love to see a rematch of that one because last year's game was insane. It was insane. Now, we don't have C.J. Stroud, and I can tell you Kyle McCord is not built that way. He's not. Don't let him fool you. But Marvin Harrison Jr., the real deal. And to me, he better win the Heisman this year. We've been robbed a couple times over the last few years, but Marvin Harrison Jr., he is the offense. Him and Travion Henderson, those two are the offense. Kyle McCord is just the beneficiary of great players around him. Believe me, I have seen this kid. I've seen this kid all season. Cade Stover is good too when we decide to use him, which is not always our tight end. We don't always plan to use him, but when we do use him, he's a touchdown magnet. All right, but again, Georgia called a timeout, so we still have 8 seconds here before we get to halftime here, trying to see how Tennessee's going to play this and if they can find a way to get some crucial, much-needed points here before the half. But with 8 seconds here, you got one shot. Throw it to your best receiver. I say with the best vertical one-on-one if you can get that. And then if that doesn't work, then try a field goal. But look at this. UGA has everybody back. And with just 8 seconds to work with, let's see how Tennessee plays this. All right, Joe throws it up there and just throws that one away. Okay, threw that one away. So very quick decision there. Smart play. Not the popular one, but smart play there. 4 seconds remaining. Go ahead, bring out the field goal unit, and at least guarantee you get some points. Let's see, Bucks raising. And on both says Ohio State versus Michigan next week. Decide who gets in or out. And so, yes. Yes, last year we were very fortunate last year that we were able to still get in after losing that, but it won't be the case this year. Will not be the case this year. Whoever loses, they are done. All right, here we go. Kick is on the way, and it is right down the middle and good. So Tennessee tacks on 3 points before the half. So at halftime, UGA leads 24-10 over Tennessee. And so big 3 points right there for Tennessee just to see something positive right there. You moved the ball there. You did get 3 points. But when you come out there defensively, you better be ready to ensure that UGA does not get a touchdown to open up that second half. Otherwise, ain't no coming back from that, in my opinion. Ain't no coming back from that. If they take a 31-10 lead on you, ain't no coming back from that. So, but adjustments certainly need to be made here before the half. But that time we got to see Milton throw the ball, look comfortable there, moving the ball around. So that's the version of Tennessee, if you're for Tennessee, that you want to see in the second half, what you just saw in that last drive. You want to see them be able to move the ball like that. And obviously the status of Webb, that's going to be important as well. You know, is he currently going to be able to come back in the second half there? I can't hear the audio if they do address that because can't have that audio get picked up here on YouTube there, but I can just watch and just speak while I'm looking at that. So if you guys hear anything, do let me know. All right, let's see. Lewis says he'll take it. He'll take it. Flex says Washington or Oregon gets the last spot. And so I will say this. Early on in the year, I was hyping that Oregon train because I do like Oregon as a team. However, with Washington having beaten them head-to-head, with Washington having been where they are right now, even if they do slip up, depending on who they slip up to, I do believe that Washington gets the nod above Oregon as it stands right now. So totally agree with that. Totally agree with that. So obviously I said UGA in there. I say Ohio State, but whoever wins between Ohio State and Michigan, that's who gets in. So I'll say Georgia, Ohio State. I'll say Washington. And I don't exactly know who is going to beat Florida State on that side right now. And so I'm going to put Florida State for that reason. I don't know who they're going to play that's going to knock them out prior to that is my reason for that. So those are the four that I will put for right now. For right now. But of course, lots of things will change. But those are the four that I'm going with right there. But yes, so we are currently right now at halftime. So let me take a quick look at the stats so far here for both teams. So we'll start with UGA. So Carson Beck so far, he is 17 of 20 for 210 yards passing. He's got 2 touchdowns. I mean, he does a tremendous job there. When he throws the ball, it just looks so effortlessly. I mean, I have to say that. I like the kid's throwing motion there. I like his decision making and stuff like that. So he does a tremendous job. Doesn't turn the ball over. And so he's also got 3 carries for 2 yards. He did have that one play where he tried to pull the ball back from the back there when he had the option to hand it to the back or keep it himself and pass it. Lost the ball on that one, so pretty sure he lost some yards rushing for that, but 3 carries for 2 yards. Dylan Bell also had a touchdown pass earlier as well for 18 yards into the end zone there. And then you look at rushing, Kendall Milton, 7 carries, 30 yards, his longest run of the day so far, 14 yards. And then DeJohn Edwards, 7 carries, 20 yards, longest run, 9 yards. Dylan Bell's got a carry for 4 yards as well. So as a team, UGA, 18 carries for 56 yards. I fully anticipate in the second half that number is going to skyrocket. They just do a tremendous job in the second half of really cutting loose when it comes to running that ball. And so let's see. Bucks raising both says, you guys play the Gators next week as a trap game. And so always those rivalry games are always tricky. They are tricky and stuff like that. So that'll be an interesting one. That'll be an interesting one. And so let's see. Bucks says, think Louisville could get in or Bama. If it comes down between the two, it'll definitely be Bama between the two. But again, I say that now, but having to play, UGA again in the conference championship game would be a second loss to, in my opinion, so that would knock Bama out. Otherwise, I would have them as perhaps like that fifth spot right there looking to get in. But I personally would like to put Oregon in as well. This is why I am looking forward to personally the expansion of the college football playoff, because to me, this year shows there are going to be some teams that I feel like are college playoff like caliber, but they're not going to actually get in there because there's just not enough slots to get in there. But personally, I feel like we have quite a few teams that I would love to see in a college football playoff scenario playing an elimination game, in all honesty. So, but yeah, from what I've seen this year from Washington, I'm excited for them. This is, to see what they're doing. So, but yeah, I am looking forward to that expansion for sure. And so let's see. Braden says 13-0, Ohio State. And so we love to make things interesting, don't we? And so let's see. Sith God says UGA is going to 3-peat. And so right now, UGA is my favorite to win it, honestly, in all honesty. Even though I'm an Ohio State fan, the truth is what the truth is. To me, UGA is the favorite, and they will be until somebody actually beats them. But doesn't mean that can't happen, right? Doesn't mean it can't happen. But if they go out there and they play their A-plus game, then I don't think anybody can beat them on their A-plus game right now. The talent is evident. It is evident. All right, so Lewis has his four. Let's see. Lewis says Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, and Oregon. And so, oh man, so you would basically have, in that scenario, you probably would need Washington to maybe lose, maybe even twice between now and then for that to happen. You would need Florida State to definitely lose, and it would probably have to come to Florida just because with Florida not being ranked, and when they start comparing losses and stuff like that, you would probably need for that to happen in this scenario. Obviously, Bama would lose to Georgia in the SEC championship game up under this scenario as well. But the Ohio State-Michigan one, for both of them to get in again this particular year, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough because there's a lot of good teams out there that's even there with the one loss. And so, let's see. Buck says, nobody think Florida State don't deserve to get in. And so they'll get in. I feel like they'll get in. Let's see. Braden says 14-7 UCLA. And so, but yes, so a lot of interesting scenarios to see how the rest of this plays out. There's one thing we know about college football. Upsets do happen. And they happen when we don't expect them to happen. That's when you best believe an upset will happen. Let's see. 28-10 Arizona. And so, okay, Arizona putting in work. Putting in work. But I will say this. I love the fact that this year we are talking about teams that are outside of the SEC and Big Ten, because you look around for college football, there's a lot of good teams all over the conference there. I mean, every year there's good teams, but I'm talking about like the difference between maybe a 3 here, like the number 3 ranked team here, and then the number 6 ranked team here. Is not a huge difference there to where it was like, previous years and stuff like that. So it's exciting. It's exciting. It's exciting. All right, let's see. Buck says, no judge decide who likes more. And so Brandon says Tennessee ain't going to upset Georgia. And so Brandon, what's good with you? What's good with you? And so, and again, 810 votes here. And so UGA dominated the poll. And right now they're up 24-10. And so, again, Tennessee has scored the first touchdown. UGA has scored 24 unanswered, but Tennessee got the field goal in right before the half. UGA will get the football first in the second half, though, to start things off there, and we'll see how that plays out. All right, so I went through passing and rushing stats for UGA. Receiving-wise, let's see. Marcus Rosemary Jack Saint has 5 catches for 82 yards and a touchdown. Longest catch, 34 yards. Brock Bowers, 6 catches, 57 yards, and a receiving touchdown. Dylan Bell, 3 catches, 47 yards, and a receiving touchdown as well. So these guys have been busy. So Robert Thomas, 1 catch, 18 yards. Now, as for Tennessee, Joe Milton III, 9 of 15 for 76 yards passing. On the ground for Tennessee as a unit, 11 carries for 112 yards. Jalen Wright is responsible for 80 of those yards, especially the fact that on the first carry of the game, he had a 75-yard touchdown run. That's the type of energy that I thought that they were going to come and bring after that run. I thought it was going to, be something to spark the team and stuff like that. But since then, he's gotten just 5 yards on the ground since that big 75-yard run offensively early on. Jabari Small, 2 carries for 16 yards so far today. Dalen Sampson, 2 carries for 9 yards. And Squirrel White, 1 carry for 8 yards as well. All right, let's see. Buck says, we need stop bad teams playing ranked teams. And so, are you suggesting that some teams are making cupcake schedules and stuff like that? But I do feel like when you look at the future of college football and all the different conference alignments and stuff like that, there's no way that they can continue to keep playing, I guess you could say, the cupcake teams on the schedule, in which, hey, Ohio State, we've been guilty of that as well. I mean, how many times have I seen us schedule Youngstown State on our schedule or something like that? So definitely, I feel like that's going to be something that gets removed because there's just too many teams in the conference. Too many teams in the conference, and so when you do play somebody outside the conference, it needs to be at least somebody decent at that point. And I would personally, like to see college football take that step in that direction, more meaningful games, especially early on in the season. But I understand we can't have teams go out there and play their A-plus game every week. Braden says, Whispers, Alabama. Why did I think that earlier as well? But I went ahead and used my team. And so Buck says, not right. And so, yes. I believe that there was another team because I was looking at the schedule earlier. I forgot who LSU is playing later tonight, but I remember looking at it and I was like, I feel like that's a game that you play at the beginning of the season. Why are we playing that game at this point of the season? Who does LSU play later today? If anybody knows, let me know in the chat section there. But I think it's like Georgia State, maybe? I think. But yeah, speaking of which, against Chattanooga there. So, or what I would like to see the committee do is if you play a team like that, they just go ahead and just drop you probably 2 spots anyways just to playing them this late in the year. But no big deal there. Oh, wow. Appalachian State and James Madison. Will James Madison get their first loss of the year here? Yeah, interesting. Let's see. Braden says Georgia State. Okay, Buck says Georgia State. Okay, so it was indeed Georgia State. So, yeah, because I was looking at the late window games and I was like, yeah, I won't be watching that one. I won't be watching that one. No offense to Georgia State, though. Absolutely. But again, we are currently right now at halftime. So if you are just listening in right now, we are just talking right now because we are here at halftime. And let's see. Ashley says Georgia State. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And let's see. Bucks says Texas is playing Iowa State. And so, yeah, Iowa State. Now, the Cyclones, they typically are a team that'll be up and down. Like one year they might win 7 games or 6 games or something like that. But they'll upset at least 2 teams that are probably ranked each year just to mess it up. And it will be the kind of game that you're just like, this made no sense whatsoever. Like, no sense whatsoever. And let's see, Debbie says, like Kirby said, if you think Georgia has played cupcake teams, then come on and play the game. Kirby also said, come get you some of the SEC if you want some. Go Dogs. And so, hey, you play the teams that are on your schedule. That is true. You play the teams that are on your schedule there. Absolutely. And so, appreciate that right there. Quoting Kirby himself. Absolutely. Let's see, but with 851 votes in, I think we might actually be able to get to 1,000 today, which would definitely be a first time here on the stream. Let's see, Buck says Washington and Oregon State decide playoff brackets. And so, bet, yes. Absolutely. Like, I have loved everything that Washington has done so far this season. It has been tremendous. And so King CJ 706 says, let's get it, dogs. Three-peat, the best second half team in the land. And so, hey, no arguments there. When it comes to the second half there's not a team I can think of that just does it better than UGA does it. And so I may not be, I guess, a Bulldog fan, but I've been in Bulldog country, though. I've been in Bulldog country for at least a little bit more than half of my life there. So I've been happy to see the success for UGA. I really have been, even though they're not, really my team. But if you guys three-peat, I'll be happy for you. I will be happy for you. There's only one thing that I request. If Ohio State does not get it, don't let Michigan get it. That's my only request. Do not let Michigan get it if Ohio State does not get it this year. That's my only request. Don't even let them get to the title game. Don't even let them get to the title game. Buck says Kansas State versus Kansas. Who you got? And so Kansas State versus Kansas, that is a very, very good matchup there. And so for me, knowing those two teams there, I personally, I want to go for Kansas here. I want to go for Kansas here. But I feel like this could be a Kansas State victory, but I want to go for Kansas here. So I'm going to follow my heart over my head with this one. I'm going to say Kansas. I'm going to say Kansas comes out here and gets it done today. I feel like last year I had a lot of Kansas fans come through last year. Let's see. You say over UGA a second half team. And let's see, Buck says Florida State have not won the championship since Winston left. And so good old Jameis Winston. Never forget the time that Jameis Winston tried to pull that, as I call, QB sneak by trying to steal the crab legs out of Publix during his time in Florida State. And so that was wild. That was wild. I'm not going to lie. That was wild there. I'm like, bruh, you made me the star quarterback of the team, but bruh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yep, that was back when Winston was a big name, and that was also back when I believe it was Calvin Benjamin, the receiver that you guys had at that time? Back when I thought he was going to be good. I'm not going to lie. I thought he was going to be good at the NFL level, and that did not show up at all. At all. All right, you say Florida State Cupcake game on today against North Bama, and so some teams are taking it as the week to I guess heal up and stuff like that, get some positive momentum in. Okay, and so Ghost Dog says crab legs are that good. Are that good? And so he's like, hey, they're that good to where the quarterback's out here trying to steal them. Which I'm pretty sure he probably could have just walked in there and been like, hey, like. If he really needed it that bad, even though they didn't have the whole, NILs that they do now, obviously they didn't have that back then, but still, he could have got somebody that got him now. He really could. And so let's see, Bus Raising Bolt says, can't complain either. And so let's see, Lewis says, ready for the second half. Lewis is ready for the second half. So 34 points to score so far. Lewis, what was the line that you took the over at? What was that line at? So I know how many more points you need in this one. And remind us all your record, Lewis, on taking the over-under so far on the stream this year. Remind us of that record. I believe it was it like 21-5 or 21-6 or something like that so far this year? All right, but we're still right now at halftime. Let's see, Braden says, yeah, Benjamin was good for 1 year and then tore his ACL, and he didn't do much. And so, yeah. Injuries have changed so many storylines for so many players. Like, I remember I was super excited for a guy like Percy Harvin, in which when he was healthy, he was still electric. But Percy Harvin never got to reach his potential just because, the injuries. I mean, he could have been way better than what he was. Could have been way better than what he was at the NFL level. College, absolutely shine. Absolutely shine. All right, Lewis says took the over at 56, and you're 29-6. And so, oh man, I was 8 games off there with that one. So, but hey, that's what's up, 29-6. That is what's up. It's no wonder that you can take vacations and stuff like that. Lewis says, who needs a job when you can go out there and win the way he does? All right, again, we are still now at halftime. Let's see, Bucks Raising Bolt says, upset alert, Houston beat up Oklahoma State. And so, speaking of which, let me see how everything else is going so far here for everyone else. But that's huge. I see that Clemson's up on North Carolina 14-7, and they're about to hit halftime soon. Oh, man, Oregon is just doing a number on Arizona State right now, 35-0. If I'm Arizona State, I'm putting on the chew clock feature and stuff like that. We're just running the ball out here, and we're just trying to get out of here before they cross 70 on us and stuff like that. That game is done. But, yeah, Houston up 23-9, second quarter, 4 minutes and 16 seconds to go. Okay. Notre Dame's up on Wake Forest 24-7. Let's see, Illinois is up on Iowa 10-9 at halftime. And so let's see, Justin Jefferson fan, what's good with ya? And he says UGA. And so what's good with you? Speaking of Justin Jefferson, I mean, is Justin Jefferson going to be playing this week? Does anybody know if he's going to be playing this week? So it got me thinking about fantasy football now. Let's see. You said, and ranked 23. Let's see. Braden says, oh, yeah, Jermichael Finley could have been really good, but he had a neck injury that ended his career. I remember Jermichael Finley. I remember. All right, so we're getting ready for the second half now. Tennessee lined up for the kickoff. Kickoff on the way. See if we get a return here by UGA. And we will. He catches it from his own 8-yard line. He's at the 20, still running. 30, still on his feet, tripped up at about the 33-yard line. And so now, UGA. Nobody does it better in the second half. So let's see how they do it here. If you're Tennessee, you got to come out and you're going to have to really, really play at a high level if you want to get back into this one. Let's see. Justin Jefferson fan says no. And so, okay. And so, hey, there's really no rush to bring him back right now. Obviously, the team is doing pretty good here, and I expect them to come up with a dub this week. So, no rush. Braden says he's not playing. Let's see. Bucks Raising Bolt says, got Gators upset Mizzou on today. And so, I did slick think about that. I did slick think about that potential. All right, so here they go from their own 32-yard line in the shotgun. Beck looking, throws it. Incomplete there. And so, that was, if that ball was a little bit higher there, that could have been picked off there, but that's incomplete. All right, 2nd and 10. Again, Beck, 17 of 21 for 210 yards and 2 touchdowns. No interceptions today. He did have the one interception earlier, but it was called back due to a holding penalty, so no turnovers. All right, 2nd and 10. 3 receivers, bottom of the screen, tight end, top of the formation. Quick pass, caught by Bowers. And so Bowers pushed out of bounds after picking up about 2-3 yards on the play. 3rd down coming up. Let's see, Justin Jefferson says, UGA versus Ohio State in the title game again. And so no complaints from JB for that one. Lewis says, need an opening drive touchdown. All right, here we go. 3rd and 7. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, 1 back out of the shotgun. Beck gets the snap. Beck on the move, throws it. Oh, he dropped the ball. Can't believe it. I'm in shock right now. He dropped the ball there. He was literally all by himself there. Beck did a tremendous job there. Got the ball right to him. Hit him right on the number, actually. But incomplete. So if he catches that, that would have been a first. But as it is, 4th and 7, so they're going to pump the ball. So let's see what Tennessee can do. Punts on the way. Fair catch assembled. Caught from his own 23-yard line, and that's where Tennessee will take over with the football for the first time in the second half offensively, as their defense was able to get a 3 and out. All right, so if you're Tennessee, you were able to go out there, get a little field goal before halftime, and then you start out the second half, got a 3-and-out. So now if you can just come out here, move the ball, and come away with something here, you continue to build a little bit of momentum here. Let's see, Buck says, any more games doing today? And so, well, my next stream is going to be tomorrow for Sunday Night Football. Won't be able to do any more today, but definitely, I know I'm going to be doing Sunday. I'll be doing stuff for Thanksgiving. Next weekend, I may be able to probably get a little bit more in than just one next weekend potentially. We'll see how that goes. Justin Jefferson says UGA is going to win 52-17. And so, all right, so JJ says 52-17. You guys let me know your final score projections as well. And, hey, let's see who gets it right when it's all said and done. But I like it. I like it. All right, and again, currently here at the commercial. But yeah, next stream will be Sunday Night Football for me. Which happens to be, got to remind myself who the Sunday Night Football matchup is tomorrow. The Vikings and the Broncos. So that's going to be the matchup for tomorrow, Vikings and Broncos, Sunday Night Football. That's the next game that I will be streaming tomorrow. If you guys do have some time to come through and hang out with JB. I feel like the NFL knows exactly what it's doing. It continues to put Russell Wilson on during the primetime slot because they know that I will stream the primetime matchups, and they continue to put the Broncos on some way, somehow. All right, so Brock Bowers there. And I did see where he got up a little bit limp in there. Doesn't seem to be anything too major there. Let's see. Buck says should be a good one. Justin Jefferson says Chiefs versus Eagles game is going to be crazy. And so yes, that game right there is going to be. Hey, if we're talking a rematch of the Super Bowl there, that's going to be a game right there. That's going to be a game right there. Oh, that pass right there, the squirrel right, incomplete, right past them. They hand it to the back and does not get any yards there. So now you got third down here, third and long. We know that they have struggled pretty much on third downs in this game. Got to find a way to get a first down. You've got third and 11, they say. They are 1 of 5 today on third downs. All right, shotgun formation. Again, after the effort that the defense put, you want to try to get a first down here if you're Tennessee. Gets the snap, has time, in the pocket, takes a deep shot. Oh, he overthrew his guy by probably about a good 3, maybe 4 yards in front of him there. He tried to put a little bit of air on the ball. I did see that he tried to loaf that one up there with a little bit of air on the ball there, just off a little bit, it would have been a really big play. Like if he could have hit him in stride, that could have been a touchdown. But instead, it goes down as an incompletion. And they will bring out the punt unit. All right, so Ghost Dog says 42-21 UGA final. Okay, let's see. Bucks Raising Ball says we stream the Eagles versus Chiefs game. And so fair catch, caught it about the 30-yard line. And so I would like to, but I wanted to wait before I set that stream up to see if I'll be able to. But if I am able to, then I would definitely love to stream that one. But for now, I will have to see probably early Monday if I'll be able to do one on Monday night. Let's see, Justin Jefferson fan says Bucks versus 49ers. And so I feel like that's going to be a good matchup there. I feel like that's going to be a good matchup. All right, Lewis is shaking his head. He said he needs more points here. He needs more points. Yeah, at this rate, the rate that Ohio State's playing, they might just drop a spot on the next college football rankings. All right, and again, we are currently at the commercial. When we come back, UGA will have the football from their own 30-yard line as they lead this one 24-10. Still early third quarter, 13 minutes and 17 seconds to go. But yeah, with the holidays coming up, and again, JB is going to be pretty much taking a vacation myself throughout December, which will last all the way to about mid-January. But when I come back, we'll be adding additional content to the streams to where I will start to do a lot more of like sport betting streams as well and stuff like that. So we'll go through some sport books and stuff like that throughout my live stream. And so I will be adding that type of content to my channel as well. As I continue to start to expand and add a couple more things other than just play-by-plays, which I've been doing pretty much for probably just really the last 2 years, focusing on play-by-plays. So I will add that to the channel as well moving forward. All right, so here we go for UGA's offense from their own 30-yard line. Multiple tight ends. Receiver goes in motion. Hands it to the receiver on the end around. Nice fake there. And so, oh man, he's got nothing but space. He's at the 50, 40, brought down at about the 36-yard line here of Tennessee. Oh my goodness, you got to get off of people. You can't just stand over people. You got to get out the way. Wow. All right, so let's see. Justin Jefferson here kindly sharing his power rankings. He's got number 1, UGA. Number 2, Ohio State. Number 3, Michigan. All right, keep them coming. I'd like to see at least your top, like perhaps top 10, top 12, if you'd be so kind. But man, that was a 33-yard run there by Arian Smith. That was number 11, Arian Smith, on that end around. Again, they faked the toss there to the back, but gave it to the receiver on the end around opposite direction. The shotgun feeds it to the back here. Milton picks up a yard on the play. Second down coming up, 2nd and 9 at the Tennessee 36-yard line. And so Lewis is like, don't stop. He's like, run. He's like, go, go, go. All right, receiver goes in motion. Tosses to the back this time, and Milton. Yeah, there was a crowd of defenders there. He picked up 2 yards, which is going to bring up 3rd down here. So 3rd and 7 coming up. Ball will be at the Tennessee 34-yard line. That time there wasn't much you can do. There was nothing but Tennessee defenders all around. There wasn't much you can do. Look at the difference in time of possession. UGA has had the ball 24 minutes and 21 seconds, while Tennessee has just had it barely over 9 minutes. And so that's pure domination. When you're controlling the clock like that, you're tiring out the defense. You're keeping the offense kind of cold to where they can't build momentum, less opportunities for them. Back throws it, gets the completion, and guess who it is to? It is to Bell. And so Bell, he has been everywhere here offensively here for UGA today. And that's a big first down there. Took it all the way to about it looks like about the 10-yard line of Tennessee. That was a 24-yard completion. And now we've got another goal line opportunity here. So now we're looking 1st and goal from the Tennessee 10-yard line here. This drive, 4 plays, 60 yards so far. And something tells me they're not done. Something tells me they're not done. Receiver goes in motion. 2 receivers, 2 tight ends, 1 back. Feeds it to the back. Off the left guard, picks up 2 yards. So now we've got 2nd and goal coming up. Yep, seems to be a bit of a scruffle going on down there. Okay. Referees intervene. Yeah, we don't want anybody going out there pulling the Draymond or anything like that. Justin Jefferson says, touchdown, please. He needs a touchdown. Lewis needs a touchdown. Everybody's saying touchdown. But we've got 2nd and goal here. Again, 9 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. With UGA up 24-10, and they're already knocking on the door right now here in the 2nd half, trying to get the first points of the 2nd half. Right. Out of the shotgun. Gets the snap. Beck. Looking. Beck. Eludes the rush. Throws it. Gets the completion. And he's going to get the easy touchdown. Easy touchdown there. So UGA adds on 6 more points here. And wow. Rosamie Jack Saint with the 8-yard receiving touchdown. He's got 6 catches, 90 yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns. UGA putting on a clinic today for how you do things out here. Whether it's the pass, whether it's the run, they are getting it done. Lewis says, nice. Lewis is probably thinking, go for 2. He's like, go for 2. But that was 6 plays, 70 yards, and 3 minutes and 53 seconds off the clock on that drive. Extra point is good. So UGA is now up 31-10. So your Tennessee, you find yourself down 21 points right now. And so if this was Madden, this is where your screen is shaking, it's going all crazy and stuff like that. If this is a video game, the screen's probably red right now. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. And so, but yes, JJ says, yeah, touchdown. And so he's excited. Meanwhile, Braden says Appalachian State beats James Madison 26-23. And so leave it to Appalachian State to come up with the upset. And so, wow, that's huge. That crushes James Madison right there, to have your undefeated season just crushed like that. Heartbreaking loss for them in that fashion, 26-23. Appreciate the update there, Braden. Oh, man, Oregon just keeps scoring, man. They just keep scoring. 42-0. They just keep scoring. All right, Lewis says, I need a Tennessee touchdown so Georgia can't put up, can put up another 30 points. And so Lewis is thinking about the cause and effect of it. He's like, if Tennessee scores the touchdown, UGA will be inspired to come out and drop another 30 points. Brady says, Bo Nix with 6 touchdown passes. That's insane. That's insane right there. 6 touchdown passes. And so let's see. Cobalt Carly says, he lives in North Carolina, but was rooting for James Madison. And so, oh man. Yeah, I know like at least one person I know who actually attended Appalachian State. So I know that she's ecstatic about this victory here for her alumni. So absolutely. But man, James Madison, given where their season was right there, on the verge of doing something special, but just couldn't do it. And to lose in that heartbreaking fashion. Let's see, JJ says Oregon is destroying them 42-0. And so, yes, Oregon is taking them out back and taking them out of their misery before our very eyes. And they're not even at halftime. They're not even at halftime yet. Like, they're still in the first half of that game, 42-0. Talk about overmatched in that one. That's just bad. Like, that's just bad. I mean, that's when guys enter the transfer portal. We're getting whooped like this, and it's not even halftime. That's when guys enter the transfer portal, only to realize nobody wants them. Nobody wants them. But yeah, that's tough. That's tough. But 31-10 is our score right now. UGA up here in the 3rd quarter, 9 minutes, 24 seconds to go. And so technically, there's still enough time for a comeback. But I don't know what shade of green we're waiting on now for Tennessee, but if it don't happen, it's just not going to happen. You got to put together a touchdown drive here. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It's got to be a touchdown drive. You say 12 seconds left in the first half, and so I should put the poll question to see, will they score 100 points today or not? Because, I mean, Oregon's just out here. Oregon tries to put you to sleep in 3 quarters. they try to put you to sleep in 3 quarters and stuff like that. I noticed that when they played Colorado, they tried to go for the knockout punch against them. Meanwhile, look at the run here. Nice run. Takes it to about the 9-yard line. All right. Fakes it to the back. Throws it. Gets the completion. Trying to fight for extra yardage here. Takes it to the 41-yard line. Their own 41-yard line. So got the completion and a first down. Picked up about 5-6 yards. Great. And I see your Hawkeyes are still 10-9 right now. All right, shotgun formation. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Receiver goes in motion. Fakes to the back out of the shotgun. Milton throws it incomplete. Incomplete. Let's see. JJ says they might beat 70. More than the Dolphins, probably. That's probably a bit more realistic of a question for me to ask. But knowing Oregon, they have put up 77 plus points so far. I think earlier this season they might have done it once or twice. Let's see. Kovac Carly says Georgia does not need does not need more touchdowns to put up another 30. They are playing Tennessee. Enough said. Meanwhile, there is a penalty here. All right, so it's going to be false start in the offense. So Tennessee continuously shooting themselves in the foot right now. So they're going to back up 5 yards here. And so, Eric, what's good with you? What's good with you? How are you? Eric says, hey, y'all. Let's see. Debbie Peyton John says, 3-peat. Go Dogs. And so it is really looking super strong for a 3-peat. But I'm talking, it really is looking that way. Like, I'm not lying. Like, it really is looking that way. 2nd and 15. Milton throws one up there high and far, and it's incomplete. And the DB right now, he's upset because he knows if he times that just a little bit better, he would have been able to make an interception. But he did a tremendous job trying to make a play for that ball. But he just missed time to jump a little bit to prevent him from getting that interception. Just a little bit off. And so Justin Beck says, you rock. And so, hey, thank you so much, my guy. I appreciate that. And I hope all is well. How are you doing? Meanwhile, Tennessee has a lineman that's currently down being looked at by the medical staff. So that's going to take us to the commercial there. Hopefully he will be okay. But, man, that's tough. That's tough. Let's see. Kovac says, how loud is the stadium now? And so it's probably about as loud as my audio right now, which is totally silent right now because there's not much to cheer about right now over there. Not much. And so Brooke says, go Dogs. And so how are you doing? And so, yes, so UGA, again, up 31-10. And so they do this so routinely. It's like, how can I put it? It's like it's almost like they're the Undertaker when it comes to halftime. They're like, all right, we're going to come out strictly routine here. We're going to walk them down here. We're going to lay them down, put their season to rest. They're done. That's basically what they're doing time in and time out. And then that run game is going to continue to be more and more effective as the game goes on. And you'll start to see 8-yard runs, 6-yard runs, 12-yard runs. And that's how they snatch your soul. And so Tim Cunningham, what's good with you? And you say, hi, is this the football game? And so this is the play-by-play for UGA versus Tennessee. And I do not actually show the physical game because YouTube, they tend to trip when people show the actual physical game there. So I just do the play-by-play commentary there. And it allows me to stay engaged throughout the entire stream as well. So absolutely. But glad to have you here, Tim. Let's see. Eric says, I am good, my friend. Happy to hear it. And so with Thanksgiving so close, man, it's like, anybody got any big travel plans or anything coming up for Thanksgiving? With that being so close on the horizon, I know everybody's already thinking about Christmas, but on JB Stream, we will definitely not be skipping Thanksgiving. Absolutely. Let's see. And so Bakugo says, go Dogs. Let's see. JJ says Oregon game is finally at halftime. And so Big Red Dog says Tennessee players doing Bush League stuff like getting manhandled, then spitting in Brock Bowers, typical Tennessee. And so, oh man, yeah, that's foul right there. That is foul. That is foul. But how are you doing? And so Justin says, Eric, keep doing what you're doing, man. You're genuine, smooth, and not too arrogant. If much rather hear you than the others. And so, hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And yes, happy early Thanksgiving, which JB does plan on streaming on Thanksgiving as well. That'll be another game that I will be streaming on. Meanwhile, Joe Milton running for his life back there. He's brought down for the sack by Williams. I believe it was Williams that was in on the sack number 13. It was indeed. And so that time, UGA, let's see how many minutes they bring on that one. They actually brought about 6 guys on that one. And so Milton was trying to find somewhere to run, wasn't able to. That's been the case all game long. He has wanted to run a lot more, but there's been nothing on the ground for him. All right, so we got 4th and 25 coming up. And Tennessee will once again have to punt. Punt's on the way. Catches it from the 30, makes the first guy miss. All right, she's going to be brought down at the 31-yard line, and that's where UGA will take over, and they're up 31-10. Let's see, the Cunningham says, thank you. Lewis says, JB going to stream all 3 NFL Thanksgiving. JB did not say that now. JB does have to take time to go out there and actually enjoy eating some of the stuffing and stuff like that. Nah, like I remember when I used to try to do like 2 back-to-back, and like somewhere around halftime of the second game, it's like my voice would start to go out. And so I don't think I can do that for an NFL game. Perhaps like a college basketball game would be a lot easier for me to do that for, maybe. Meanwhile, they feed the ball here to Edwards, and how many yards he picks up here? Picks up about 5 yards on the play. All right, so we got 2nd and 5 coming up. And so again, this is what UGA does so well. They have so much depth here. You can just continue to rotate guys, and just keep that train moving. Keep them fresh. Keep that train moving. The defense has been out there a ton this game for Tennessee. I mean, a long time when you look at the total like time of possession that UGA has had the ball. And they're going to hit it to the back. He's going to run between the center and guard. Shakes off one guy. Fights for 2 yards on that play, which is going to make it 3rd and short, 3rd and 3. Listen, JJ says, dang. Big Red Dog says, go Dogs. Now I want to see my Dogs run up the score. You say on the dog, on the dirty balls. Hey, how many points you want to see them drop, Big Red? How many points we talking here? I'm pretty sure Lewis is right there with you, but how many points are you talking you want to see? Lewis says, need a Georgia touchdown on this drive. And so, all right, the Georgia fans said, let's go in there and let's score a touchdown. Okay, 3rd and 3. Out of the shotgun. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. Beck in the pocket, has time, on the run, gets the first down before he slides, picked up about 4 yards on the play, and a first down here for the offense. Let's see. JJ says 52. He says that's the magic number right there, 52. Meanwhile, the poll, 75% UGA, 25% Tennessee. Someone's out there holding out hope for Tennessee. And look at that. Beck, 20 of 25, 245 yards and 3 touchdowns. We're talking 80% completion today and almost 250 yards passing and 3 touchdowns, no turnovers. Speaking of which, I thought he was going to get it on that play. I thought he was, but the receiver fell down, and this is college, so when you go down, that's where you go down at. So 2-yard completion there. But receiver's kicking himself. He knows he could have had some real yards after the catch on that one if he just kept his footing. And so DJ, what's good with you? DJ says, go Dogs. And so, yes, the Dogs right now, this is the point of the game right now where things could get out of hand. I'm not going to lie to you. They could very well get out of hand. All right, 2nd and 9. They're going to go 5 wide. Shotgun formation. 5 seconds right now on the play clock. From their own 43, gets the snap. Back, throws it, gets the completion, and a first down. He needed 9 yards. He got about 11 yards on the play. He is finding everybody. The way that this team is built, you could put equipment managers out there at receiver and still get first downs because they are just a smooth machine that just keeps on moving. All right, so DJ says 45-10. Okay, 45-10 is what he's hoping for. JJ says, Dogs, let's go. All right, so after another first down, changing the formation, tight ends bunched in. Again, in the shotgun, feeds it to the back, and he's going to pick up 5 yards on the play. That was Milton there with the carry. Again, 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Now, UGA full control of this one, 31-10. They're running it. They're running the clock. They're passing it. They're doing everything. They're about to surpass Tennessee in rushing yards, too. We already know that they're out passing them here. 274 yards passing to 83. UGA putting on a display today. Lewis says 45-13 would make it better. All right, so shotgun, gives it again to Milton, and Milton's going to be about 1.5 yards shy of that first down marker. So third down coming up, but third and short. And when you have that type of depth, you can continue to rotate your running backs in and stuff like that. So tremendous, tremendous. This is exactly how you play Georgia football 101 right there. JJ says 52-10 would be awesome. DJ says, YouTube got all live streams down. This on Bullding. So, yep, that's exactly why I am not sharing like the actual like game footage there because YouTube, every once in a while, they'll go out there and just take them all down. All right, 3rd and 2. Feeds it to the back, off the right tackle. Falls forward there for about 5 yards on the play. Again, that was Edwards there with the carry, doing a tremendous job in this one. Again, rotating running backs here, keeping guys fresh, and just continuing to move the chains here. But, hey, this is a rivalry, so definitely understand if they get a couple more touchdowns in there. But, yeah, DJ, I feel you on that one. I have learned to definitely stray away from having them take down anything by showing the games. And so DeMar was good with your Desmar. And he said, YouTube tripping, bro. Just let people watch the games. And so, yes, YouTube beyond one. Meanwhile, completion there to the receiver. That's going to be a first down. Bell once again. And he's been pretty much kind of like the bell cow when it comes to pretty much everything. Running, throwing, catching. He's been doing it all. And he picked up at least about 20 yards on that play. Let's see, Lewis says, no games on YouTube helps JB and Rhino. And so, yes, good old Rhino. I wonder if he's streaming later today. And so, Deanne says, college is as greedy as the NFL. And so, yes. What the NFL did with Thursday Night Football really just rubbed me the wrong way when they put that to where you got to be on Amazon Prime. But meanwhile, Milton shakes off one guy, and he takes it into the end zone for a touchdown, UGA. Wow, 15-yard touchdown run by Kendall Milton there. He's got 12 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown today. You look at the faces of the Tennessee fans in the stands, that tells you the story right there. And so, wow, that was out of the shotgun, a draw play there in which you just simply give him the ball there, and he did the rest between the left tackle and left guard there. Made one guy miss. After that, it was easy sailing the rest of the way. And so it felt like this was inevitable the entire drive. Wow. Let's see. Desmar says, Bell snapping this game, yo. OJ, what's good with you? And OJ says, YouTube lame. You said they stay doing this with the big games. And so, yes. I have noticed that, especially the big games. But, man, that was a big touchdown there. Huge. So now UGA leads this one 38-10. Here in the third quarter with 1 minute and 3 seconds to go in the third. Wow. OJ says, go Dogs. And so, yes, Dogs, something tells me this is not the last time that they're going to score. If I had to guess, I say UGA scores 2 at least 2 more touchdowns. I could see a potential for a third, but I'm going to say 2 more touchdowns. I'm going to say 2 more touchdowns. Then at that point, they might just go ahead and run out the clock. So I'm going to say 2 more touchdowns for UGA. You guys let me know how many more touchdowns you think UGA is going to score in this one. But again, 38-10. And so Tennessee, you're down 28 points. There's only a minute and 3 seconds left to go in the third. And since halftime, UGA has outscored them 14-0 since halftime. But it's just been pure domination. Double-digit scoring for UGA in every single quarter so far in this one. And so MHM Weezy says, I want Bama. And so, yes, that's a game I'm looking forward to as well. Believe me, I am. Believe me. But we are at the commercial now, thanks to the timeout that thanks to the touchdown that UGA scored. Getting ready for the kickoff. And if you're Tennessee, it all comes down to, honestly, you cannot have through 3 quarters your quarterback with just 83 yards passing in a game like this to where you just can't have that. Like outside of that 75-yard run, like big plays offensively have just not been there for Tennessee so far tonight. All right, kickoff on the way. No return here, so they'll take over from their own 25-yard line, down by 28 points. Let's see. Cobalt says, do you think Beck gets his 300 yards or will they sub in Vandergrift? And so that is a good question here. Being up 28 points, I could totally see them subbing them. But since it is a rivalry, I think I'll go ahead and say I think Beck gets 300 yards. I think he does. I think he comes out maybe at least one more drive. At least one more drive, perhaps. Perhaps. Unless Tennessee just turns it over now. All right, 1st and 10, quick pass, caught, using his blockers, and he's going to pick up about 4 yards on the play for Tennessee to about their 29-yard line. And yeah, I posed a question earlier, but you guys let me know your top 2 candidates for the Heisman Trophy. The top 2 guys that you guys feel are deserving to win the Heisman this year. Let me know in the comment section who are your 2 guys that you have for the Heisman. There really is no wrong answer unless you just mentioned somebody that's just it's bad, but there's really no wrong answer. So you guys just let me know your top 2 choices for the Heisman Trophy this year. Meanwhile, 3rd and 3. Milton throws it, gets the completion before he goes down to about that 47-yard line of UGA. They have not spent too much time on UGA's side of the field today. 8 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. 3 seconds. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. So at the end of the 3rd quarter, the score is UGA 38, Tennessee 10. Like, if Tennessee finds a way to get into the end zone, then you best believe Beck is going to get that 300. But even if not, then I think one more drive at least makes sense for him. I feel like, although they will run the ball a bunch, but he'll at least have at least a good 2 pass attempts, I feel like. Maybe 2 completions on that next drive. And he won't need no more than 2. All right, but we are at the end of the 3rd quarter. And if you guys want to tell me your early NFL Super Bowl predictions as well, I know we're watching college here, but if you guys want to let me know your NFL predictions for who's going to actually, the 2 teams to get to the Super Bowl, in your opinion, and who's going to win, let me know that as well. But again, at the end of 3 quarters, it is the Bulldogs up 38-10, and we're just waiting for the 4th quarter to get started, so we got some time. Again, my next stream will take place tomorrow night for Sunday Night Football, where we'll see the Vikings with Joshua Dobbs, who's been playing tremendous. We'll see him play against the Denver Broncos, Russell Wilson, and they're feeling pretty good right now. They've had a couple of, big-time wins as of late, so we'll see how that game plays out. Again, we're still right now at the commercial. All right, meanwhile, as we await, let's see how everybody else is looking around the league. So, all right, so Clemson is still up on North Carolina 14-7. I see Ohio State's been doing some scoring here in the third quarter. They're up 30-0. Oregon's still up 42-0. They're at halftime still against Arizona State. Oklahoma State, they made it a lot closer. It's 23-19 right now. And they're at halftime with Houston leading against Oklahoma State, but Oklahoma State has made it closer than what it was. All right, so OJ says Jaden Daniels should get the Heisman. And so I tell you what, though, watching Jaden Daniels, it is exciting. Like LSU games are exciting because I know LSU is going to score, and I know whoever's playing against LSU, they're going to score in that defense too. Defense, probably the worst defense I've seen LSU put out there that I can remember in recent memory and stuff like that. But the offense, very exciting to watch, and that's because of Jalen Daniels. He goes out there and he makes it happen. He makes it happen. Shame for him that the defense chooses this year to be as bad as they are. But yeah, I feel Marvin Harrison Jr. And so might be a homer pick for me, but Marvin Harrison Jr. has got to be in that conversation. And again, we're still right now at the commercial here. Let's see, Notre Dame's taking care of business against Wake Forest, 38-7. The Fighting Illini they're up 10-9 over the Iowa Hawkeyes, and they're in the third quarter. 3 minutes left to go. All right, so the final quarter. All right, so this question right now is for all the true Georgia fans. I know we got a good amount of Georgia fans here, but you guys let me know who is the team that you hate the most of your rivals. You know, is it Tennessee that you hate the most? Do you hate Florida the most? Do you hate Bama the most? You guys let me know which team do you guys hate the most and stuff like that. Personally, for you personally, which team do you hate the most? And again, this one right here is for all the UGA fans because we got a lot of UGA fans here, so you guys let me know. All right, 2nd and 12. Feeds it to the back up the middle and picks up perhaps a yard on the play. 3rd down coming up. So another 3rd and long situation. 3rd and longs have been nightmarish right now for Tennessee. And so, all right, 4 receivers on the play. Milk throws it. Gets the completion. Let's see what the referee marks him at. Let's see what the referee marks him at. Will he be just shy of that 1st down marker? All right, let's see. Ghost Dog says Tech. Okay. JJ says UGA. Lewis says Bama. Pat says Bama. Okay. Appreciate that there, Pat. How are you? JJ says you're a UGA fan. Okay. Okay. So we got 4th and inches coming up. So he was just shy of getting that 1st down marker, in which he did have to come back to make that play on the ball. So 4th and inches. Yeah, Tennessee coach is not happy right now. Purely frustrated. Calls a timeout. He just wants this one to be over. And so, oh man, what's good with you? What's good with you? Old man says, what's good, JB and chat? And you got great news. Well, JB loves great news. Tell JB the great news. I love great news. Let's see. Robert says he used to live in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and hate Tennessee. And so I feel that, Robert. I do. You know, originally at one point in time, I lived in Miami, Florida, and growing up a Patriots fan and Dolphins, it was a hate thing. I mean, I don't hate them as much now, but back then it was a strong hatred there. So every opportunity we had to beat them, I was thankful of that. Absolutely. And so let's see. Cobalt Carly says, we own this state. Tech, love to see them lose. And so, okay, so still some dislike there for Tech, despite the fact that I feel like Tech has been getting handled pretty mightily the last couple of years there. I mean, when was the last time that Tech actually beat Georgia? I feel like I got to go back to almost when I may have actually still been in high school back the last time I recall Georgia Tech beating Georgia. I can't remember. If anybody can refresh in my memory, I know it's probably a sore memory there, but the last time the Tech actually won against Georgia. Let's see, Pat says, good. You say Falls, man. And so, okay. And so, yes, and for Tennessee fans, you know, if you want to chime in your answers as well for the team that you dislike and stuff like that. First of all, appreciate Tennessee fans for hanging with us and the stuff like that, despite the score being what it is. But absolutely. Lewis says, got to convert. Braden says, you fell asleep. Now you're back. Braden, what are you, the offensive coordinator for the Iowa Hawkeyes? They're falling asleep? JJ says, never. And so let's see, Carolyn says, pig and a camel. Okay, back. You say yours is a pig. Let's see. Old man says, Carolyn, just try not to type so many bad words. It keeps making me say okay to show your comments. Love it. Desmond says, I think it was on 2013 where Georgia Tech beat UGA. All right, so that would have been like first year college for me. So, wow, that's going back. That's like when Georgia Tech had that triple option like as a staple. Yeah, that's going back. All right, so it's been a decade since then. Wow. All right, so 4th and inches. All right, so Tennessee going with the heavy formation. Middle rope under center. Hands it to the back, and the back gets the first down, picked up 2 yards on the play, and a first down. Let's see. Desmond says you was wrong, and so, okay. Carolyn says, Georgia's a T&T game, do you think? And so, let's see, Brandon says, old man, LOL. Let's see, Cobalt Carly says, Tech had that nasty triple option in the old days. Losing to Tech was disgusting. And so, yes, anytime I think of Tech, I still think of that. Meanwhile, deep shot by Tennessee, just when I thought they were going to get a touchdown there, the DB got a hand on that one and deflected it. I thought that they were going to sneak that touchdown in right there, but great play there by the DB. Let's look at that one again. And so, yeah, 22 got his hand up there and knocked that one back up in the air because that was about to be a touchdown. So great defensive play to separate that ball. 2nd and 10. And they hand it to the back who stumbles. And so, yeah, let's see. Did that knee touch when he was behind the line of scrimmage? Either way, probably just a 2-yard pickup. Let's see. Old man says, JB, I finally got Teddy home. And so that's what's up. Hey, that's what's up. He said, now I just got to get him to the vet because he has a cold. And so, well, shout out to you saving a life here and bringing home the cat. So I'm happy to hear that. Finally. How was the whole, interaction? How was that? Let's see. Milton on the move, running for his life here. 3rd and 8. Just throws that one up. Throws it away. 4th down coming up. Sometimes you got to make the business decision and just say, hey, it's just not worth it. 4th down coming up. Oh, man. Tennessee's coach right now is just not happy. Just not happy. All right, what is going on? All right, and again, 4th quarter, 12 minutes and 24 seconds still going this one. And trailing 38-10. I can't believe my eyes, but it looks like Tennessee is going to try a 55-yard field goal attempt despite being down 28 points. Wow. Kick is up, and the kick is no good. It's no good. What are you doing? What are you doing? You at least got to go for it. That's wild. That's wild. Let's see. Old man says, Braden, I don't care if people do use them, but I don't know how JB feels about it, and Streamlabs don't like it. And so I don't know how Streamlabs feel about it, honestly. But for me, as long as it's not nothing outrageous, I'm cool with it and stuff like that. Let's see. Carolyn says, Teddy, Sticker may start Farrago. And so Princess Clyde says, hi, JB. I'm new to your channel. Very professional commentary. And so I appreciate that. Thank you. And how are you doing? Glad to have you come through on the channel. And so, yes, a little bit about JB on this channel. I cover mostly NFL and college football for the most part. But I also, once college football and the NFL concludes, I switch over to college basketball. Then I finish with the NBA, and I'm starting to sprinkle in some more additional content for some sports betting. That's something new that I'm about to start doing moving forward there. So definitely looking forward to that. Outside of that, occasionally you might get a little bit of gaming content here, a little bit of gaming content there, but mostly you'll see a lot of live streams here. For the foreseeable future. So, but appreciate having you come through and everybody else that's come through here. We have 1,272 votes here, which is definitely a record. I don't know what the previous record was, but we definitely shattered that and then some. And so I feel like we're getting about as many votes as Georgia's getting points in this game. All right, so Lewis says, field goal, you said Tennessee's not helping you. Let's see, Carolyn Cole says, Tennessee sucks, ain't got to watch Tennessee no more. And so, yes, Tennessee. Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, I felt like for me personally, when I was looking at Tennessee coming into this season, my biggest questions, it started with Joe Milton III. I felt like I trust him as a runner, but I had my doubts about him as a passer because I mean, last year, their quarterback last year was outstanding. Like he was just very clutch. But no knock on Joe Milton III, but he's just not on that same level as a passer. And that's what's kept Tennessee from being able to do some of the stuff that they did last year. Let's see. Carolyn says, KDC coach, that'll be fired. Brayden says, JB getting them views tonight. Let's go. And so, yes, let's go. All right, so now UGA up 38-10. Again, here in the fourth quarter, 12 minutes, 18 seconds to go from their own 38-yard line after the missed field goal attempt by Tennessee. Looking to add more points, though. Looking, back, throws it, ball gets tipped, incomplete. And now we're getting to the point now where we're starting to wonder how much longer is Carson Beck going to remain in the game at this point. I mean, UGA fans, you guys can probably tell me best. You probably watched a lot of these scenarios where the game gets out of hand, how long they'll typically play him. But I feel like he will get to 300 yards here, but it's got to happen probably on this drive here. Let's see. Doug says last time Georgia Tech beat Georgia was 2016. All right, appreciate that, Doug. So it was 2016. Okay. So, yeah, it's definitely been a minute. Oh, wow. Is that a fumble? That's a fumble, and that's going to go Tennessee. So just when everything was going picture perfect there, just a little handoff fumble there. So that's going to be a turnover. All right, let's take a look at that again. Oh, not even a handoff. I'm sorry, that wasn't even a handoff there. That was on the snapper there. I mean, he should get credit for that fumble there. It hit the leg of 56. That's just a wow snap there. You don't see snaps like that. You don't see snaps like that at all. There's nothing you can do as a quarterback, running back, anybody. That's just a terrible play. Terrible play. Let's see. Old man says, Teddy loves it here. I got his mansion all set up. He's just a great kitten. All he wants is love and cuddles. And so that's great. That's great. And how old is he again? Is Teddy? How old is Teddy? Is it Cobalt Carly says, I'm listening to the last play today. Love watching the dogs wipe the floor with the balls. Go dogs. And so, yes. And so, after A, Tom, science says science. How are you doing? All right, 1st and 15. Let's see, Carolyn Cole says, I'll go get a basketball talk to that coach. And they'll be firing in the quarterback that they'll be in the quarterback. I'm sorry. Let's see, accept that success. Except that's your success. It's a let's see. Lewis says, "Come on, Tennessee, go score points." All right, 2nd and 6. Throws it, gets the completion to the 20, so he gets the first down here. Picked up about 10 yards there. And at this point, that's all they're really playing for right now, just to get some points, try to make it look better than it already was at this point. 1st and 10. Feeds it to the back to the line of scrimmage. All right, so 11 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Lewis says, come on, Tennessee, go score points. Old says he's 12 weeks. And so 12 weeks now. So wonderful. Wonderful. I'm sure it's a whole new adventure for him. And so just a lot of things to check out. Happy to hear that. Happy to hear that. All right, 2nd and 10. Fakes it to the back. Throws it. Completion. First down. Picked up 12 yards on the play. So now Tennessee trying to get some points here. Obviously a little bit too late though, but still points does help. Runs it, picks up a yard. 2nd and goal coming up. See a lineman grabbing his calf now. That's number 66 for Tennessee. Seems to be in some pain. As the O says, so he will grow old with me. And let's see. JJ says, UGA showing no mercy. Old says, I'm upset though. I don't think they should have fixed him. He only weighed 2 pounds and the run of the group. And let's see. And so Black Medicine in the house here, storming through a crowded UGA stream, says, roll damn tide. Black, how are you doing? And so Daniel Berry Sports Highlight, what's good with you? And Daniel Berry says hi. And so how are you doing? And over 1,300 votes here in the chat, in which, hey, this game is probably already, well, this game's definitely already been decided here, but we still like to see the votes coming through here. As this is definitely a new record here on the stream with over 1,300 votes. It's a Ghost Dog 50 says, pain he feels is the soul leaving. And so, ouch. Ouch. Yes, but I mean, if you're Tennessee, this will be the 4th loss of the year. So that would be 3 and 4 in the conference there. Definitely not the expectations that you have for this season here. But honestly, I really felt like when you lost Hendon from last year, it was a big drop-off in terms of just the pure passing. Now, Milton has games. He has games where he goes out there, and I'll see that he'll throw for like 250 yards and stuff like that, but he's a little bit too reliant on the ground game, and when it gets tough, like a tough team today, it doesn't show up. It doesn't show up. This is the kind of game where if you're going to be in this game, he would have needed to be at probably about 278 yards passing, maybe even 300 already for them to be in the game like this. Braden says, I'm seeing Ohio State versus Michigan trash talk already. And so, oh man, I wonder what Ryan Day is going to say this year. Let's see. Desmar says, Tennessee did all that talk on how they were going to win. Braden says, I see Black Medicine is here. And so, yes. Who else would come through with the Roll Tide right now? But yeah, I mean, many players for UGA have just had an outstanding game. Beck was great. Bell was great. You know, Luke got a little touchdown as well. I mean, so many great players there. Brock Bowers, he had a strong impact as well. The list continues. But here we go for Tennessee, 2nd and goal. 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. 10 minutes to go here in the 4th, and they're down 38-10. Hands it to the back, and brought down from behind. And so he got back to the line of scrimmage. Excellent job by Smith to get him from behind. All right, so we got 3rd and goal coming up for the Tennessee offense with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here in the game. Let's see, Cobalt says, was Milton expected to run a lot today? And so I don't know how, the projection, I would have to guess that maybe 50 would have been a good target yardage for him. I know in college when you get sacked and stuff like that. But I say a balance. It's supposed to be balanced, throw for over 250, run for maybe over 50. That would have been a good day for him and stuff like that. However, though, UGA made it very apparent early that was not going to be the case. All right, so 4th and goal. Milton looking, throws it, incomplete, incomplete. And so that is going to be a turnover on downs. Tennessee with their hands up, and that's pretty much all they can do right now. And so, oh man, Lewis, that's tough there. I know you wanted the points there. I know you wanted the points. But yeah, that was just a bad throw. You throw it there, and your guy has him boxed out. He had their guy boxed out to give you a window to throw the ball to, and then you miss him. You miss him. He's certainly capable of running a good bit. I will say that. But I did not expect him to come in and have a lot of rushing yards against this particular defense. But against certain teams, he certainly is capable of it. And let's see. D. Django Apple, what's good with you? You said Milton is a reliable 6-year senior. And so, yes, I agree with that one. And that was my concern for Tennessee at the beginning of the season there, why I was not so high on them. Is simply purely came down to Milton's passing ability in big games. Like he'll go out there, probably against a team like South Carolina, he might go out there, throw for, 237 or something like that, 244. But it was not going to happen in a game like today. It's not going to happen. Let's see. Black Medicine says, damn Iowa fans in the chat. Lewis says, come on, Tennessee. Braden says 13-9 Illinois. Black says, how many points we put up today? Braden, 9, 6, 9, 13. Right now, they've got 9. Let's see. Desmar says, good game. Let's see. Lewis says, time to run the clock. And so, oh, man, Lewis, I thought you wanted more points, Lewis. Let's see. Doug Carroll says, just like Tennessee to play with the I'm hurt on the Screw Alabama, go Dogs, sick 'em. And let's see, Lentway said, I just want Nico in the Vandy game. And Desmar says, now we got to prepare for December the 2nd. And so big games coming up indeed, yes. All right, so I see Beck is still coming out here offensively here. So, okay, he might still get to 300. If anybody needs him to get to 300, there's still an opportunity. But this has to be the final drive here. Like, it has to be. Yeah, and as they show that replay there, that wasn't going to help them. That wasn't going to help them at all. All right, so from their own 5-yard line, gets it to the back between center and guard, and he's going to pick up about 3 yards on the play. Let's see which running back that was. Milton on the carry. 2nd and 7 coming up. 8 minutes and 35 seconds to go here in the 4th. Again, UGA leading this one 38-10. So they pretty much got the victory here. But, hey, somebody's going to run out this clock, right? Somebody's got to do it. And let's see. The Django Apple says, yes, Lent, give Nico a chance. And so Lewis says go deep. He says go deep. Lewis says a Tennessee fan somewhere hurt him to where he needs Georgia to score again. Feeds it to the back. Fighting forward. Look at the push before they finally stop his momentum and bring him back there. But he picked up at least a solid 4 or 5 yards there on the play. 3rd down coming up. And so, look at that. Longest win streaks by an SEC team. And so this is going to move it to 28 with the opportunity to take sole first place at 29 next time out. Braden says 37-0, some school in Ohio. Let's see, Ghost Dog says, Vol fan says, we can still win. Now that takes a certain amount of faith right there and a certain amount of just denying reality there. Feeds it to the back. All right, nice pickup there on the play. 2nd down coming up. That was Paul on the carry. So many yards they credit him with, 5 yards. So 2nd and 5 coming up in 7 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Let's see. Braden says, JB, who was the last team to beat Georgia? The last team to beat Georgia. Was the last team to beat Georgia, was it not Alabama? I mean, I'm gonna have to rely on Georgia Nation to tell me this one because they've been winning for so long. JB cannot remember who was the last team to actually beat them. If it wasn't, was it not Bama? I feel like it was Bama. I feel like it was Bama. It would have had to been like what, regular season, I think. So I think it was Bama. All right, so we got 3rd and 2. Let's see. Eric says Alabama in the SEC championship game. Desmar says Alabama. Okay. I appreciate that, guys. Having JB's back. Robert says he'd say Alabama in the SEC championship game. So, yeah, I had to think about that for a minute. I was like, wait a minute. It's been a little while since I've seen them lose, but you would have to go back to that game in which they avenged it in the championship game afterwards. Meanwhile, completion there. And that's to Meeks with the catch. That's how many yards they credit him with there because he took that to about the 46-yard line. So that was 23 yards. So Beck is just under 300 yards passing. So I'm sure someone out there, this means a lot to them to get to that 300-yard mark. So let's see if Beck can get them at least 300 yards passing before they take him out or something. Although with 5 minutes and 15 seconds left to go, if the backup's not in now, I don't know when. All right, 5 seconds on the play clock. Shotgun formation. Hands it to the back. And he's going to pick up about 9 yards on the carry. Literally everybody's getting touched today. Braden says it was Alabama in the 2021 SEC championship game. And so, man, I think they were almost at 2024, and they haven't lost since. That's impressive. That's impressive. And so, Monty, what's good with you? And you say, who you got in your top 4 for the college football playoffs as of right now? So, as of right now, if we're going off of right now, knowing what's to come, obviously UGA, number 1. The winner of the Ohio State-Michigan game, that's going to be number 2 right there. Number 3, I like Washington in that number 3 spot. And then Florida State, number 4, although they might end up, Florida State probably end up being 3, but one of those 2. But I like Washington as of right now at number 3, Florida State at number 4. Those are my 4 there. And so I say either or, Ohio State, Michigan, leaning towards Ohio State to get in there. But that's my 4. What is your 4 as of right now? All right, so 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. And this game has all been decided. We already know. It's just a matter of obviously just points. For Lewis, he needs points right now. They toss it to the back, and he's going to lose a yard on the play. And again, this is Andrew Paul that's getting carries here. He's got 4 carries for 10 yards. All right, that's it. That's it. Beck is coming out the game here. So he fell 2 yards shy of getting to that 300-yard mark. What a tremendous game, nonetheless. 3 touchdowns. All right, so they're at the 45-yard line of Tennessee. Feeds it again to Paul, and he's going to pick up 2 yards there before they stop his forward progress. 3rd down coming up with 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go. The remainder in this one. Let's see. The Django says, Milton is great in practice but falls apart in games. And so, yeah, I mean, but at this point of his career, like if you were to tell me that hey, he's like a freshman or a sophomore, I'd say, okay, he's going to build that confidence over time. But to be doing this, this late in his college career here, like basically there's no time's running out. Time's running out. At this point, this is who you are. Like 39, draw play, picks up about 5 yards on the play. So fourth down coming up, and most importantly for UGA, the clock continuing to run. But what a performance here by Carson Beck. I wonder what does his season numbers look like so far this year? All right, so here on fourth down, try to get one more first down and try to end it all. Put them out of their misery. Gets the snap. Tennessee sending pressure and get him for the sack. So that'll be a turnover on downs. That time, Beasley came flying through the middle between the center and guard on that one. And with no running back to protect, he was brought down for the sack. So with 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining here, and so all Tennessee has really, just come out here and run out the clock. That's what you really want to do. Let's see, Braden says, good night, JB, great stream. Happy to see you get more views today. And so, yes, hey, we keep putting in the work, regardless whether it's 20 or whether it's, 20,000. We put in the same work and we always have a great time. But appreciate you coming through, absolutely. And hopefully your Iowa Hawkeyes find a way to get some points there. But appreciate you coming through and enjoy the rest of your day. You said also still 13-9. Well, how much time is left in that one? How much time is left in that one? Meanwhile, Lewis says, not satisfied with Beck. Needed just one more touchdown. Lewis is like, the job's not done. All right, so Tennessee content with running the ball here. Trying to run some clock. All right, 32 seconds here. They certainly can run out the rest of this one. No need to run any more plays and run the risk of somebody getting injured. But try telling that to them. Shotgun. Runs it again. Goes nowhere. All right, so Brandon says about 9 minutes. Okay. Well, I'll be looking to see if you guys pull this one off. This is not the kind of loss that you want. And that's it. That is game. That's all she wrote right there. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Oh, man, did I see that USC was losing 31-13 to UCLA right now? Wow. So, yes, that concludes the game here in which the Bulldogs win 38-10. So, as for Tennessee, we'll see if Tennessee is still ranked when it's all said and done next Tuesday. But UGA, strong performance here against a team that's currently ranked in the top 20. Obviously, a rival game on the road at that, and it made it look easy once again. So, unquestionably, #1 team right now in the country on the quest for the 3P. And so, thank you guys so much for coming through. Going to go ahead and end the poll here and get ready to end the stream here. But again, I will be streaming Sunday Night Football once again, and so looking forward to hopefully seeing you guys come out there. But thank you so much for coming through, each and everybody. It's been real. It's been great. But the game is over now, so JB will go ahead and end it. But thank you guys so much for coming through. Let's see, Colbeck Carly says thank you so much. And so thank you. Robert says thanks for a great time, JB. And so it's been a pleasure. It's been great seeing so many faces come through here. It has been great. I love talking sports, and so definitely you guys coming through. Hopefully we can continue to do this in the future as well. So thank you guys so much for coming through.